Oh shit! Radio tire calls to the front, motherfucker. Everybody else, walk out of the shit in the weeds. Don't ever try to tell me what goes. Let's lock it in. Let's go. I'm on a track. I'm on a track. Everybody look at me, cause I'm racing on a track. I'm on a track. I'm on a track. Take a good hard look at the motherfucking track. I'm on a track, motherfucker. Take a look at me. Straight racing on a track in the South you see. On the starting line, we're whipping out my road. You can't stop me, motherfucker, cause you should take a picture trip. I'm on a track, bitch. Well, all you wanna roll is still talking shit. I got my best girl, my racing back is big. Real rims, you ain't home straight jacking in. I said I'm riding on radio, doing wheelies and shit. The night the purges, yeah. All your girls are wet, but this ain't your world. This is as real as it gets. I'm on the track, motherfucker. Don't you ever forget. I'm on the track, and it's looking on hand. I got a radio tire. I'm a neck man. We're the kings of the world. I'm a radio tire. If you're on a slick, then you're on a beat.
Down there.
This class is free. Fuck slicks, radio tires, motherfucker. Fuck you, the wheelie bars, motherfucker. I'm on the track with my boys, motherfucker.
Got the glasses on today, man.
Cars make noise, motherfucker. Hey, Doug, if you can see
We're waiting on Barrel Up.
radio cars all drawn to
Here he
ground.
is.
Gonna take this class to the booth somehow.
Sound check. All good.
I wanna go Speedy.
Yeah, boys. Hey.
It's a radio tire attack. All haters, look at us.
DJ Barrel Up.
Never thought
Yeah, I think so. You love the music. Everyone here all right? Oh, Terry's saying.
Gene the Bullets is watching.
Yeah, Dave. Song courtesy of Donald Long.
Can you okay with that off or on?
Yeah, I can hear with both.
Not muffled?
Yeah, no,
No one's
that's
getting
right.
any feedback there?
Put one ear on, one ear off.
We'll have a listen, see what's going on.
Brett Benz, how are you? Sean Richardson, how are you, sir?
Dave Rogers,
I hope people can hear us.
get in the picture.
Aren't you
Get
in the
messages
picture?
through. Did you move the screen at all there, Scooters?
No. Yusuf, how are you? Can you hear us, Yusuf? Shawnee, how are you, man? I messaged you, man. I don't know. Did you run a PB in your car? If you did, man. Hey, boys, loud and clear. Thank you, sir. Dale Hillier, how are you? Oh, Craigs. You killed my life, Craigs. I'm telling you, man. You changed the way I think about things on the weekend, bro. It's all over, man.
Hey, Sam, how you going, mate?
So while we're waiting for people to get on, like and share, guys, like and share. So and click in the video. So if you click in the actual video rather than just watching it in your browser, we'll see you pop up. And then if you like and share, your friends will see that you're on, and we can grow the number. It's a local flavour tonight with all the Aussies. But I'll tell you the story while we're waiting for people. We were sitting in the pits, and congratulations to Simon O'Carroll for running his PB. And then facing the sky on the next pass because Craig just absolutely peeled it till it had everything in there. But we stopped with Craig's in the pit, and I remember going with Vic to the track 10 years ago, seeing Craig's car, man, and he said, he goes, Sammy, I didn't have any of these systems and traction controls and dashes and stuff, man. He basically ran off the hearing of the engine, and there may have been an oil light in there or a shift light somewhere, and you know, I look at all these people, man. They're spending tens of thousands of dollars on electronics, and sometimes I just wonder, you know, the simplicity just sometimes works the best, if you know what I mean. But anyway, Craigs, I'll let you tell the story. You tell it a lot better. Brett, how are you, man? Brett Murray, awesome. Nelson, happy birthday for the other day. Adam Duncan, Big Block Tiranas, FTW, absolutely, sir.
Daniel Nunziant, he's on.
Is he?
Yep.
Hey, Daniel.
PSI
Steve Smith. Mate, now that you're on, congratulations. You absolutely performed marvellously at Kenda, and you should be very proud of your achievements, mate. Single turbo, the man of the hour.
What were you saying about Steve Smith? Finish off before we start with the other gentleman who's
Steve Smith is running a single turbo, small block, PB'd, I think, nearly every pass. One of the most consistent cars I saw at Kenda. Every time he went down the track, he went down the track. No tyre spinning, no nothing. So Steve Smith, congratulations, man. That was fantastic, man. It's great to see and great to see you have success. And guys, just to give you the flavour of the episode. Try and keep it very upbeat, not much trash talking that we sort of want to do today because, man, it was a little bit of kumbaya happening at Kenda, man. Like, everyone was very happy for everyone to achieve their outcome. Matt Grabiza, how are you, sir? Good to see you joining us, and you'll be coming on very shortly. I think from the testing day, and Vic, jump in, man, because I think we both had the same notion of everyone just wanted to see the other person go as fast as they could. It was just one of those events, man, where the rivalry sort of wasn't too important, at especially on the testing day. It was more just everyone was just PBing, and the track was amazing. So I got huge congratulations to Willowbank.
yeah, they did a great job.
Yeah, Vic, you were saying that. Yeah,
No, they did a great job. Friday night, man, guys were coming out just laying numbers down, you know. Even Terry Sang there with the 6-boost deal.
yeah. I mean, that's the
He
first
hadn't
time we
driven
drove
it.
the car.
Yeah, I mean, he'd done exceptionally well, and the track was there. I mean, you know, guys run PB, so it's a credit to the team and everybody there.
I just want to say again, Kenda is the premium radial series in Australia. To the haters out there, we are not the official spokespeople for radial racing in Australia, right?
We're going to start, are we?
We'll just put it out there. Nor do I pretend to be. We are just some very passionate racers who actually race cars, not keyboards. And we actually put our money where our mouth is. Vic and I both flew up just to support the event. Very hard to sit on the sidelines and not race, but we both flew up just to support what I believe is the premium radial series in Australia. Now, if someone has a problem with me saying that, mate, well, go pound grass, because really I'm not in the mood to deal with kids' games and keyboards, man, when we're trying to grow the sport. All Vic and I are trying to do is grow the sport. If you don't like it, tune out, man. I'm not putting a gun to anyone's head. What we're trying to do is bring some more money to the sport. We're trying to bring a lot more visibility to the radial racing compared to what it has had in the past. And really all we're trying to do is allow the racers to have a format where we can communicate with each other and also congratulate each other and grow that internationally as well. So, Vic, you know, I look at what Donald does, and let's just be very frank, right? We're not Donald Long. We don't try and be Donald Long because Donald's his own character. But let's take Wes Buck, right?
We got his support, though.
We've got his full support.
Maybe 6 races.
Right, we've got his full support.
You know,
and before some of these people even knew what a radial was, man, we were watching radial racing. So, man, the little snide comments in between, man, keep it to yourself. If you don't like it, man, you know, exactly, man, we race cars, not keyboards. And if you want to race keyboards, man, go do that. You know, Vic and I invest money in the sport, just like the racers that are watching this. And we want to give a platform for Australian radial racing. Yeah, we're going to clean up the show a little bit to remove some of the swearing. So a lot of parents, from what I understand, in the States, man, their kids are watching it to understand what we're doing. So we'll clean up our act a little bit as well. But for me, the premium radial series in Australia is Kenda. And we will forever support that. And please...
Amongst others as well.
No disrespect, right? I'm always going to support Colin Wilshire and the Jambo team, right? They've got radials involved there as well. And any pop-up events, absolutely. But when I say premium event, you're talking about a track and a promoter getting together to put on a radial series.
That's the premier.
And for us, that's like I'm building the car for Kenda. And there are guys building it for the IHRA.
Correct.
The 400 series radial.
Guys asking what are the rules and
what
stuff.
Are the rules and
they're
things
bit,
like that, right?
Yeah, people are a little bit concerned. Obviously, they don't want to have cars that don't fit anywhere. So.
And Vic, you had at least 20 people come up to you and say, Vic, thank you for what you're doing. You're helping grow the sport. The rules thing was important. We're voicing things that people want to get across, but some people are a little bit
look, like we said,
timid.
They don't know how to say it, how to come across. I mean, we do need some sort of parity there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rules isn't a bad thing. I mean, we're not trying to kill it off.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's sort of run what you brung. I get that, but there's going to come a time where, hey, and that time could be coming very soon.
I know.
You can't run this car. I mean, we've got guys that are racing cars overseas. They want to come back. They want to make sure they fit in.
Yeah, look.
There's a lot of things going on.
And just to top that off, and guys, thank you for liking and sharing. Keep it going because the numbers are going up. So we're loving it, guys. But this is the race's ability to have a say, a format. We want to get people on from all over the country as well. And as you've seen, both Vic and I, obviously, we have. We work very closely with Six Boost and JW Automotive, but I have to tell you guys, like tonight we've got on the Wollongong Automotive Services Mac Rabiza prepared Proline car. We've got Tim Cross from Dandy Engines. So with us, we're being very impartial. There are people that I've probably got a small beef with that I've thanked and congratulated on this show. So we're using this as a footprint to grow radial sport in Australia. Are we the official spokespeople? Absolutely not. Do we pretend
Somebody
to
else
be?
wants to step up, step right up.
No, step right up. There's a lot of
work.
work that goes into this. Are we a fully fledged charity? No, we're not. We're just trying to do our bit for the sport and our bit for the races. So if you don't like it, guys, please tune out, unfollow Jet275 and your lives will be better. For all the racers that have messaged us, who came up to Vic and myself across the weekend, thanking us, guys, we do this because we love it, right? We do it because we know that the sport needs to grow.
And you guys love it as well.
And you guys love it as well, right? And based on that fact, I can say to everyone that we're very, very enthused by the support that we get. And we're also very proud to keep doing what we're doing. So with that being said, let's cover off a few things, right? We'll start with Kenda, round one.
Should we just mention Steve Bazzina there today?
Yeah, so Steve's on. If anyone's just joining us, Steve Bazzina has...
there should be a couple of mentions, yes. Yeah,
has set the quarter mile 275 record, I believe, in the world now, from what I understand. So, Steve, if you can jump in.
Definitely the speed.
The speed, I believe, is up there.
Definitely.
216, I believe it ran
Maybe a 79
on the second pass.
So I think Fiskers did, but... Yeah.
So Steve Bazzina, congratulations, and yet again Australians in the radial scene paving the way for the rest of the world. Just amazing. Chris Whelan, hell yeah, Steve Bazzina. So if you haven't heard, guys, Steve Bazzina has just set a world record from what I understand. Correct me if I'm wrong, but 216 mile, I believe in the quarter is on 275s, I believe is the world record in the quarter mile. And congratulations, Steve, your entire team, all the people that support you, your family, and I'm just very proud that every time we have a meeting, every time there's a track, there's always someone in the radial scene that's pushing harder. And one of those people who's going to be on a bit later as well, Timmy Cross, Dandy Engines prepared combination, the Green Machine Cortina, and it completed the 8th mile record. As well. I don't know what Steve ran.
Steve's come on there. He said, "Not sure about records, boys, but a whole heap of fun." No, I'm pretty sure 216 is the record.
Pretty sure that you've got the world record, mate. I don't know what it ran to the 8th.
216.
But
it would have to be.
Timmy Cross had the record in Australia for the 8th. I'm not sure what your 8th mile split was on that 216, but Steve, congratulations, man. And Vic and I are genuinely very happy for you, mate. You're a good guy in the sport. And like I said, and Dave Reed commented before, we're just trying to grow the sport and make racing great again. Look, I think racing has always been great, but I think this radial scene is taking over Australia, and we're just trying to do our bit to give everyone a voice and promote it as much as we can with sponsors.
Sorry
right?
to cut you off there.
No, go
just
for it.
on radials, that Rob Margin, didn't he have a great day yesterday? That 32 GDR.
Oh my God! Oh mate, that's a world record.
Yeah, sixes, 202 mile. Jeez, those guys got their shit together and came out and dropped the bomb.
There's radials on that car, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. That's another great achievement.
So that, if you don't know, there's a GDR that ran the first 6-second pass yesterday in the world for a street GDR, and it actually ran 202 miles, so it had the speed as well.
Oh, yeah,
a mile an hour.
Yeah.
And that's important, right?
Anthony Matukdale, I will mention him. He's had
honourable
probably
mention,
about,
absolutely.
7 O's, man, just been battling it out for the last 6 months.
It's like when Jared Moon ran the 3 and
correct.
Bullivant just was trying and he just couldn't get over that line.
Correct,
but,
but a great achievement by all,
was the same.
especially for the Croydon boys, mate. Well done to them, you know.
And credit where credit's due, boys. So we're always trying to help out. Sean Richardson, Dan the Engines and Fuel Tech. What more can you want? Absolutely, man. They're getting it done, right? So the fact that Dandy's getting it done, and Frank Marchese, man, he's been around the game for a long time, man. He knows what he's doing. So we don't. We're good mates with Frank, man. We've been overseas with him a few times. So at the end of the day, man, we want everyone to be successful in this. Footage of him driving the GTR on the highway home, awesome. Again, guys, I just want to, now that Dave Reed's on, please, if you've joined us, welcome. Welcome to the episode. Dave, On Point Media has been appointed the official PR company for Kenda, and they put together a mashup of all of the racing from the weekend. So if you didn't have a chance to see it, please jump on Dave Reed's page. I think he's got drag pics and then drag videos, yeah? So drag videos, and you'll be able to watch all of that. So guys, before we continue and bringing in some people on, I just want to thank some of our huge supporters. So Chris and the team from Australian Muscle Car Sales, continued support for Operation Radial Freedom and Vic's program especially. Chris has been a fantastic supporter of what we're doing. He is, I believe, going to be putting more money where his mouth is as well.
Correct.
And he's a huge supporter of the racing scene. So if you have a classic Australian car, muscle car that you want sold, then hit up Chris and the team at Australian Muscle Car Sales. They're based in Kingsgrove. What street are they in?
Commercial Road.
Commercial Road. Hours that they're open?
They're there 8 till 5.
8 till 5.
Yep.
And Chris is available on emails?
He is emails, phone, around the clock. He doesn't stop, that guy.
Chris doesn't stop, right? So if you want to sell your car, go for it. Dragphotos.com.au and drag videos on YouTube. Okay, thanks, Dave, for that as well. So guys, please support Dave Reed, because mate, he's one of the few stalwarts of the sport, really trying to help Radial Racing, and again, they've been appointed the main PR company there, right? So I want to cover off Simon O'Carroll for a nitrous car that was amazing in terms of what he ran. We covered off Tim Cross and his amazing achievements. Steve Smith, Ash Mason. Can I give Ash Mason a huge shout out? He ended up going a 495.
I think 491.
491 in the end?
Right, I think I've seen a 491, 144. He's put the 235s on that. And yeah, he's been chasing hard the last.
That's pretty awesome.
No,
man.
he's done very
well.
well
done at Ash Mason there as well.
Michael Arnold.
Man. I mentioned, I messaged Michael Arnold because I wanted to bring him on the show. So, Mike, I'm not sure if you got the message, but I'd like to bring you on the show, mate, to congratulate you, because what you are achieving in that ute, and to think that you were going to sell that ute, and you've put 235s on, and absolutely
quicker every meeting.
Getting faster and faster every meeting.
479 there.
479, yeah.
He's right on that Jay Bridges heels there. So
yeah, mate.
150.
Amazing car. Joey had a frustrating time, I think, at Kenda.
Yeah.
But that car will be out and doing its thing. But Michael Arnold, man, he's just amazing. That white ute was amazing. If you haven't seen it, go to Drag Videos from Dave Reed and check it out. Another couple of mentions. I have to mention Dale Hillier in the blue Commodore. Mate, congratulations on all of your PBs. Absolutely amazing achievement for that Commodore, and again, you're coming on the hot on the heels of some of those cars coming up through the ranks. So congratulations, mate, on what you're achieving in the blue Commodore, and mate, I wish you all the success. It's been a hard slog for that Commodore, so you're doing awesome, and you had the double duties. I think you had the RX3 of
yeah, you had Nathan Ferrugia there with you too, and
right.
They were doing a couple of things there, and he started power wheeling, and unfortunately
that car was heading towards the sky.
He was. Yeah. Up until then, he was doing a couple sort of 8 mile sort of back offs, and then once he got up, obviously had a little bit of damage.
The power came in there.
They tried to repair it. They did a few things, but I don't think it was totally right. So,
okay.
Having said that,
Nathan's the top guy.
I mean, both cars finished up good, no issues. So he'll be very happy with that. So
I wish
stuff from them, you know.
I wish Nathan all the best.
Yeah, 100%.
And I wish
fierce
them
competitors, and the guys don't give up. That's for sure.
Absolutely, fierce competitors, but great racers. And Dale's one of the guys that came up to us at the end and said, "Guys, we're just happy that everyone was running fast and they were running PBs and stuff." So, guys, if you haven't seen some of those passes, again, jump onto Dave Reed's page, Drag Videos on YouTube or dragphotos.com.au, and you guys can check all that out. Another honourable mention to Speedy Diffs for all of his support. Speedy's coming a long way with the Sesame Street Outlaws list we created, which I think there were a couple of races at Kenda that happened, or at least one that I know of, and a couple of results there. So, hey Dave, how are you, mate? Congratulations to the Moits on a fantastic pass today as well. So just before I kick into it, and Grubby, if you're still around, let me know. Hey, where's Tim Cross based?
I believe Victoria. Oh, no, is he? Or Queensland?
Yeah, we are on now, brother.
Speaking of Grubby, you trying to get him on there? Or
No, Grubby should be on. I don't know if he's still on. If he's not, bring him on.
How hard did he run?
Oh, yeah.
4:06.
Little Della White Ute taking down Arnold in the big Ute. Yeah, man, I know, but Arnold was killing it, bro. He was killing it.
Hey, that's racing, mate, you know. If you're there, you're in with a chance. There you go. Mate, Grubby's on. Yeah, I'm here, boys.
Yeah, okay, thanks, Grubby. It won't be long, mate. I just wanted to mention beforehand, we've got just a couple of things that I wanted to cover off, man. Just give me a sec.
Barry Boulevard, 216.97 on 275 2 years ago for the Snickers Camaro. Wow, there we go. Perry Boulevard, he's saying he's the fastest in the world.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that, Perry.
Neither was I.
Okay.
Well, thanks for that.
Thanks for letting us know, Perry Boulevard. Very good to know. Okay, so it depends on the splits, but Perry's obviously just ahead.
What ET was that? Do we have an ET on that?
Or a time card or anything there. So you would have the split for the 8th mile, Perry, as well. Because I thought Timmy Cross at 4:33 had it, man. But I didn't know you ran 275s on that. But no, good to know, guys. And that's what this is all about. Guys, I just wanted to stop and mention a very good friend of ours. His name's Glenn Davies. He is a huge part of the Moits Racing team. And he is walking on a 6-day walk for Duchen, which is our Save Our Sons Duchen Foundation. I posted it on the Facebook page with a link, and I really just wanted to mention it. If anyone has the ability to jump on and click the link to donate, it's on the link that I posted on the Jet 275 page. Please support Moits Racing as much as you can. They support us all the way. And I really just wanted to cover that off before we get stuck into the rest of the show. So guys, it's Save Our Sons Walk for Deutsch Me, and Glenn Davies is doing that on behalf of Moits Racing, yeah? So just wanted to cover that off because Moits Racing has supported us.
Great stuff there.
Like nothing
Great
else.
stuff, Skip.
Yeah, and again, thank you to Skip for everything that he did for what we did. Now,
Just recapping, Nathan Ferrugia is the world's fastest, 6:77 on the ET.
Yeah.
We've got Bazina who ran a 2:16 and change, but Perry Boulevard is nearly 2:17, 2:16.
Yeah, so Perry's saying 2:16.97 mile an hour.
Well, he's the fastest. The other
Ferrugia's
Ferrugia's the quickest technically.
Yeah. Okay.
And Bazina, well, sorry there. Well, that's good. The information's come through, and I'm sure everybody's pretty transparent.
And that's why I love the show, because we're speaking with the racers.
Well, that's great.
And as I said, guys, we're not the official spokespersons for racing.
Tim Cross has gone 2:18 from memory. Dale Hellier. Here we go.
All right. Well,
can we confirm it?
Can
guys?
we get some time cards?
Nice to know.
If we get some time cards up, that'll show everyone. Guys, like and share, please. Like and share if you can. Click on the actual feed. Like and share, so I know that you're on now. Just want to bring on our first guest if we can. If he's around, there he is, Matthew Grabiza. We're going to press add. Hope it worked. And we will bring Matty on.
He's adding there. 2:15 for Crossy, Chris Whelan. Guys, you know what? If you got time cards, send them through. It's not that we don't believe you, but
it just makes it easier, guys. So there's no he said, she said, right?
No hearsay.
And we're not the official body, but just to keep all the racers happy that are watching, and it's good to know because I'm sure everyone's chasing a specific
Everybody's
goal, right?
chasing something or something.
Absolutely, man. I just want to go 200.
200.
These guys. These guys
Speaking
are
of
way
200, the man who nearly ran 200 about to come on.
to the 8th, right? I just want to
Hey,
go to
to the 8th,
quarter.
no problem there. Jeez, hasn't he got some steam?
Absolutely. We're just trying to add him now, and I think that failed, so no answer from the live video guest, but Matty might have gone to the toilet and we've caught him at a bad time, so we'll try again soon. Yeah, Dave, man, we're trying to write some things down so Vic and I both know what's going on. Yeah, it will be. J275315, there's a lot, 6s and 200. Yeah, I know, but the money's only if you do it at Kenda, yeah? So if you do it, you do it, but it's got to be done at Kenda, was the rule. Didn't work, we'll try again, sir. It should come up with a notification that I'm trying to connect to you. So we'll try it again, and I hope you're on your mobile device. So make sure you're on your mobile, not your computer, which you should be because I can see you. Does it say I'm trying to invite you? Adding. And Matt did ask me for instructions yesterday, so he's new to this, so apologies.
No.
Adding, can you see it say adding, Matt, anywhere there?
Accept.
Make sure you've clicked into the video. So don't just watch it on your browser, guys. Click into the video so we can communicate with you. Please like and share. And we're just trying to add Grubby now.
Perry Boulevard, LOL.
Is this because you had the same issue, Perry? Justin Simpson, how are you, sir? Thank you for joining us, and congratulations again on a fantastic event. It was amazing. I didn't get to catch up with you, but I'm sure that you were running around like crazy, mate. So again,
it's great to see, you know.
We caught up with Scotty Hucker.
Yeah, and it's great to see the guys supporting all the races, you know. So,
Matty, I've just seen that it's dropped off again. So you can ask to join us. I'll just turn that feature on. And now you'll be able to request to join us. So you can click to join the feed. It's down the bottom, and you'll be able to click to join us. There's like a man and then another picture, and then you can join us. We have over 70K for Kenda season. So many, yeah, absolutely, man. So the role for Vic and I is to simply give a voice to those sponsors, those races, and Dave and On Point and Kenda and all the other events that jump on board. But yeah, we do it out of love. Matthew Grabiza wants to join, so one moment. Approve. It's adding.
That's what happens with Team Viewer. It only goes one way.
Goes one way.
Team Viewer.
Hey, boys.
Matty. Oh, it's crackling again.
Oh, no, it's not. I can just hear us.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, mate.
How you going, boys?
Very good, mate. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me on.
Sorry, can everybody hear us okay?
Matty, did you not go to the toilet or something?
It just wouldn't, when I was pressing it to connect, I don't know what I was doing. I'm not real good.
No, I meant when you nearly ran 200.
Yeah, that's it, boys. It was very close, 3 runs in a row, and yeah, we just couldn't quite get there. We had a boost leak, which the boys were chasing, and yeah, we couldn't find it. That was what it was.
Congratulations, man. So, how did it fall?
Mate, the car's beautiful, mate. The car runs nice and straight and everything like that. It's just, yeah, I don't know. We were pushing it. Hopefully, like if the rain didn't come, we may have got there.
Do you want to give a shout out to any of your sponsors?
Yeah, I want to shout out to Snickers, my new sponsor. I'm just supporting my favourite racer, Perry. And I want him to know that I missed him at that race.
Was that for Perry Tuner?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we had to use Perry Tuner. That's why I
tell me, did Con not have any more boosts?
I think he was he was trying to put it in like down low in the car, but every time Con put it in the car, it just didn't come through.
Cool. Sorry, Grubby, can you just turn the volume down on your phone?
Yeah.
Just hold it close because I'm getting all the noise.
All right, can you hear me better now?
Yeah, that's better. So what's the plan?
We tried, like the car was, we PB'd like a few different PBs over the like Friday night and Saturday. The Friday night we went out with an older set of tyres that like the first 3 hits were that was a bit of a bummer. But other than that, the car went great.
So you're back out in June?
Yeah, most definitely. We were thinking about Benarabi, but from what I've been told, it's not really the sort of place to take like a car, like for the return road and that sort of thing. So, but yeah, we'll have to wait till June.
And if no one knows what sort of engine, what PCU are you running?
Okay, so the car is it's the ex-Chris Daniels Radial Versa World car. It's got a Stage 3 481X. It's the 572 cube engine. It's got twin 102 precisions on it. And it's got a 2-speed Rosler transmission in the car. It has been 380s in the States at like 208, 209, I'm pretty sure.
I think 211.
Yeah, it may have done that. So it's the track up there on the weekend up at Willowbank was still an event. It was really good. We had a ball. It was great every time after each race. Like you get down the bottom end and like Terry had come around and Dale and we'd all be congratulating each other. Everyone was sort of PBing all the time, so it was great. It was actually good to race in that environment. You don't get that often.
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier. Everyone just wanted everyone to go past.
Yeah, that's it. That's how it was. And, like down to be honest with you guys, I would have loved to have the rain to held off and, gone to the final against Terry in the 6-boost Camaro. It would have been a cool race. It would have been great. So.
Absolutely, and they were looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, it's a shame the rain came in, but that was all good, like with Con and Jeff Campbell Brown. Jeff's doing a lot of their stuff with Con on the car, with the tuning side of things and everything, and those two guys work great together. They did great, every time we went out, the car went great, so, and then I've got my other guys, Kieran and Darren, who we got it down pat in between rounds, like we came in, we pretty much had it down off the jacks with around 15 minutes to go, and we tried to push out to be at the front of the line each time to get the good track,
No, your team did amazing, and congratulations. And we're looking forward to the battle for 200.
Yeah, that's it, mate. I think this year, hopefully Burns will get out soon with his car with wheels on it. Like Pazzo's car's in the build, Joe Gorsey's car. When everyone out there, I'm sure, like, hopefully by Radial Riot this year, you'll have a, like low 4-second top 12, even top 16 class,
Absolutely. Well, Matty, thank you so much for your time tonight, mate.
No worries, boys. Thank you. And hey, thanks for everything you guys do for radial racing in Australia. You do a great job.
Thank you, mate. Congratulations, mate.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Matty Grabiza there, guys. The fastest mile an hour car in Australia on radial tyres to the 8th mile, 199.8
828.
8.2 or 8.4. I don't know. Correct me, Grubby. Wherever we can go.
I'm sure they'll find that.
Yeah, and that's just unbelievable. And he's right. It is the ex Chris Daniels car, but mate, there's been a lot of work for Con at Wollongong Automotive Services to come in and do on that car to get it ready in Australia for Australian tracks. And Grubby, we are so happy for you. Vic mentioned that he's known you for a very long time, mate, and to see the success you were having on the weekend was just phenomenal for us. Super happy for everything that you're achieving, and you're, you know, a bee's dick away from the 3 second pass as well as the 200. So next time, I think just a very small diet of lettuce and nothing else.
I don't think he was eating anyway on the day.
I heard they didn't let you eat the barbecue, Grubby, to be honest with you, mate. But at the end of the day, mate, you did amazing. Kristen McDonald was 199.82. Thank you so much, Kristen. Who's Percy Boulevard? I think you meant Perry Boulevard there, but I think everyone's part of the same team there, so I'll take these as small little jibes inside of the team rather than people having a shot. But yeah, so the new colour on Grubby's car, yes, thank you, Dave, for pointing that out. If you didn't know, the car was red and it's now orange. So he's done a bit of a Marty Steiner on us, and he's got
orange is the new red.
Orange is the new red, as they say.
Oh, very true, he's laughing.
Anyway, so you did well representing Snickers there, but I'm sure Snickers own another few brands, so you guys should, like, I don't know, is it M&M's or something that they own as well? Like, partner up. You can be the M&M's car, and Perry can be the Snickers car.
It could already be an M&M's car.
Anyway. And then if we get the competitor involved, then Six Boost can have like Freddo Frog. You know what I mean?
No, I meant Percy. So yeah.
Oh no, she meant Percy. So they obviously know each other. Sorry, Kristen. But either way, mate, Matty Grabuza has stayed the course, Vic. Yeah?
Yes.
And that's your favourite line, will be stay the course?
Stay the course.
We would never stay the course, but we'll stay the course.
That's right.
Made famous by George W. Bush when, if you just go to YouTube and just type in stay the course, George Bush, and you'll understand. Gorilla Speedy again. Speedy, thanks for all your support. Orange is the new chrome.
Yeah, okay.
I won't say new chrome.
Okay, that's Speedy.
No, don't rubbish him like that.
I'm not rubbishing that guy.
The man's a supporter.
Orange is the new black. I don't know.
Orange is the new black. And car looks amazing. Performed amazing. I've got to say, man, that car in the left lane just did not skip a beat. Every time it would come past, I'm like, okay, that's got to be the pass. It just sounded crazy. I don't know. I don't know if Con's bringing in the boost at like the 330 mark. It's starting to eat.
Oh, he's bringing it in from the head, but at the 330, mate, it sounded like it would shut the gates. But then again, they did say they had a boost leak, so
yeah,
you know, hey, it is what it is.
All I can say is, man,
flawlessly and consistently.
Let Con know, like in the stands.
That's it.
At the 330 mark, that thing just—it's as though there's a rocket launcher that's coming up.
At the 660, it sounded like the world was coming to an
end. Oh, jeez,
anyway.
man, when it flew past, I'm like, okay, that's it. It was just so close every time, man. But again, congratulations. Is Perry sponsored by Kit Kat now? He's having a break. Jeez. Well, who knows? He may have a red car. He may not. No one can confirm this for me. But anyway.
So damn close, David Hunter. Yes, it was.
It was, man. And it's going to be... We need a rematch with Matt McCarthy.
That's Simon Krieger there.
Is that because some money was lost, Craigs? I think we should make it double or nothing. Anyway, we'll get back onto Sesame Street a bit later. So, if you've just joined us, guys, you just missed Matthew Grabuza, who is the fastest mile-an-hour radial car in Australia, knocking on the door of 200. There is a lot of money up for grabs now for the 200. If anyone from Kenda can let me know how much it is for the prize money now to reach 200. I can't remember if it was 1,000 and then they added $500.
Maybe Justin Simpson, can he just confirm?
Justin Simpson, if you're on, can you just confirm how much it is for the 200? It has to be done at Kenda to win the prize money. Obviously, everyone's going to be trying to do it at Jambo and stuff.
There is an additional 500 that was put up as well.
I don't know about that.
Yes, Chris from Australian Muscle Cars. There's additional 500. Whoever runs the 200 at Kenda.
Are you serious?
Yep. So whatever the pool is, add another 500. So if it's 1,500, it'll be $2,000.
Justin Simpson or Scott Harker, if you, I didn't know that. So
yes.
If you're hearing that, Vic's organised with Muscle Cars, Australian Muscle Car Sales, for another $500 to whoever wins the the first 200 mile an hour radial pass to the 8th. So, okay, thank you to Chris again, supporting the sport and supporting us as much as he does, man. So, who's going to get the 200, Kieran? Honestly, I think Grubby's right there. I think it's hard to go from 199.82. I think you can only move forward. That car's definitely got the capacity to do so. The 6 Boost Camaro, did it have the ability to run the 200? In this meet, I don't know. I know that it had a lot of power taken out of it because that thing kept wheel standing. I don't know if anyone saw that. Every pass on the testing, it kept lifting the wheels, man. So they actually had to make adjustments to pull that back.
They got on top of it, the boys.
They did. They got on top of it and it ran its best passes.
Well, you got to remember Terry Segment. He's jumping in the car.
Yeah.
He's never been in, and he's been very mindful, and he drove.
Terry's a very, very good driver.
Super smart.
He's very respectful of the car. Very understanding of the conditions.
I mean, a 408, 191.
Well,
that's nothing to be sneezed at.
408 was really good,
for
right?
half a dozen passes. So.
191. Look, I think Grubby was just so close to it. I think he'll be the first to do
100%.
it, and I will be over the moon, despite my car being built by 6 Boost. And as I said when we started the program, I have no qualms in giving credit where credit's due because we try and be as impartial as possible. Obviously, there's some people that I might have a small gripe with, but even them I congratulate on here as well. Nathan Ferrugia wouldn't know about lifting. Yeah, we covered that, Speedy, but you were missing in action, man. We covered Dale and Nathan at the start of the show, mate, and all of their achievements there.
Well, Nathan Ferrugia and Simon O'Carroll there, they were sort of NASA there, pilots.
Side-by-side threes. I agree with you, David Hunter. I believe that there'll be side-by-side threes coming up very soon in the radial sport, and it's a testament to all of you racers. And I know that there are probably another 2 or 3 big job cars that are coming in to the sport. I spoke to Joe Gauchi, and although he's building it for the 400 series radial rules, he knows that he can cross-pollinate that car, and that car is going to be definitely ready for 315, 275, whatever he needs to do there.
IHRA.
Oh, everything, man. So that car's ready to go. I know there's some more cars coming from the States.
Purpose-built for...
some of the cars coming from the States I don't know of, but some of them I do.
Well, look, there's a couple of cars coming. A couple of guys said that, we mentioned a couple of things that weren't true, but unfortunately, they were. So, anyway, it'll all come out in the wash anyway. So,
look, guys, I'm not, as I said, man, we're here for the races and we're here to support
100%.
the races as much as possible. Look, I had a couple of RVW drivers actually message me, which is where I get a lot of my information from, just so you guys are clear. And sometimes things happen and deals don't happen. I understand that, but look, most of the time we're not just throwing things out there just to shit stir. It's mainly because
other people's business.
We're sort of trying to we're just trying to help grow the sport and some of the sponsors that are joining it. So, guys, if you've just joined us, we've just had Matthew Grabiza, fastest mile an hour guy on radials in Australia, who probably will be the closest to 200 in this country, and I think he'll grab the record. And
he could have sneezed and he would have done it.
Absolutely. Matty Larson, how are you, man? Po Tung, thanks for joining us this evening. Bill Kaglatzis is on. BK, thank you. Jimmy Lee and Cameron Ria has just joined us as well. Watching from the plane to the... Oh, really? Oh, well, have a safe flight, man.
How cool is that?
Shout out to the track guys. Absolutely. So, Willowbank Raceway, other than the fact that you need to fix the jet dryer, an amazing prepared track, and prepared locally. And how proud we were to and I even went up to the Willowbank track prep guys and said thank you for what they did, because
great job.
An amazing job. Everyone was safe, and away we go. Dave Reed, 2K for first 200. Okay, so Vix just added 500. Through Australian Muscle Car Sales has just stepped up with another $500, guys, for that. So Grubby, you could potentially getting 2.5, or if anyone else joins the pod, or 6 Boost, or whoever is capable, then mate, step right up, because Grubby's got it in the bag so far, from what we can see. Matthew shouldn't have had brekkie, and it would have been done. Kieran,
I don't think he did.
They pretty much stopped him from eating, and
he looked pretty pale at the end of the race.
And when you're a wog and there's barbecues, mate, it's hard to be detracted from that barbecue. But he did everything he could, I think, and they just had a small issue there. Once Con at WAS sorts out that boost leak, then mate, I'm sure they'll be definitely
Probably
hitting
go
that 200
201.
mark. Yeah, no, probably go faster than 200 to be honest. Who is Dave Hunter? I'm not sure.
Where's that there?
I didn't say Dave Hunter. I said Dave Reed.
Dave Reed.
Yeah.
Well, there is a Dave Hunter.
There's a Dave Hunter too.
But who's Dave Hunter?
I don't know who that is. Is that the same person?
No.
Okay.
Paint Tongue says, g'day boys, g'day Po. City Dragway was Radial ready today. Yes, they ran great yesterday and today.
We covered off Steve Pizzina today, so that was fantastic. And look, there's probably a few things we could say about Sydney Dragway at the moment, but look, congratulations to all the tracks for embracing radial racing as much as they do. Some are doing it a bit more than others, but
Willowbank's prep guy, David Hunter, there it is.
Oh, David Hunter is the man. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so. Again, the Willowbank crew, I think, have just taken it to the next level. And so,
Relentless.
Dave Hunter,
amazing job.
I want to thank you again. I know we were talking there with Scotty at the side there, and thank you for everything you did. And obviously, you guys learned a lot from Tyler, and you're going to learn a lot from the person who taught Tyler coming up. There's a special guest arriving in September for Riot that Vic and I know very, very well. At the end of the day, Willowbank stepped up and they're supporting a radial-only series in Kenda, and hopefully Kenda can expand to Sydney and Sydney can embrace that as well. But at this stage, Willowbank is the place to be.
As a team.
Absolutely, and I think all the tracks are embracing radial,
Absolutely.
right?
I mean, it is the future. I mean, there's a lot of cars.
But there's still some
Resistance.
cynicism and some resistance, I think, in Sydney Dragway.
I think people are thinking people are telling them how to do their job. It's not the case.
And there's no disrespect to the people that prep tracks.
Derek in Sydney and the guys.
They're amazing,
They
right?
do a cracker job. I mean, we run the PB there. That 4-second pass here. We didn't do it.
I guess my question is,
they can do it if they want to do it.
would Sydney Dragway do what Willowbank does, where they have a person who is world renowned for radial track prep, jump on the tractor and take control of the track prep with the team and teach them how they would do it in the US, right?
Not that they don't know, but maybe be open to
and would
avenues there.
Would that be suitable for Sydney Dragway to allow that? And from what I understand, the answer to that is no. Look, I hope that changes. I know that Craig Burns is fairly high up in Sydney Dragway now, or is part of the board. And Craig's a radial racer, so I'm sure Craig can talk some sense into these people and get Sydney Dragway up and running. Sydney Show for Jambo, yeah, I believe it's going to be a really good track for everyone. Just in Jambo, I'm really looking forward to that match race between Michelle Davies and Kelly Betts. I'm really looking forward to that. I wish they locked that in with the Sesame Street Outlaws so we could give some of that money to charity, but either way, I'm gonna be looking forward to seeing the radial guys, and Vic and I will come and support everyone at Jambo as well. We're going to support the radial races wherever we can, and however we can, we'll be doing that as well. Dave Hunter's been part of Trick for over 10 years. Yeah, he knows his own, absolutely, Pete. And but they learnt from Tyler too, yeah. So they learned a few things and added it to what they already knew, and look at what's happening. Look at there were PBs being broken every pass.
The track Friday night for what it was.
That was a killer track.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
You don't go 4-0 at 199 for no reason.
And I'll fill everyone in on what was happening on Saturday. So on Saturday at about 5 o'clock, 5:30, there were a couple of spits of rain in the top end of the track. We were sitting right at the 660 mark with Vic up in the stands, and there were only a few spits. And the track just held. They didn't need to get dryers out. They didn't need to do anything. The track was killer, right? So, Dave Hunter, again, mate, thank you. And thanks for joining us as well. And congratulations to you and your team for everything you did, because that was just amazing. Kyle Hoffs has joined us. Michael Brennan, another guy that supports the radial guys from up in the stands. He's got his own videos as well. So, if you want, check out Brennan's page too. So, the next person we were going to bring on, and guys, just before I bring you on, right, as you can see, Vic and I are perfectly clear, and we've got zero feedback when we're talking. So when you're bringing on your phone, and a lot of the time it goes onto speakerphone, I can hear everything. I can hear all the feedback. I can hear the noise outside. We're in a very quiet space here, so there's no one in here at the moment.
Just drop the volume a little bit.
So either drop the volume or your phone, keep it closer to you. If there's feedback from us, don't stress about it. We'll just talk slowly, and then after we've asked the question, you respond, and what we want you to do is just keep talking, right? Because it's not really about us, it's just about you guys talking as much as you can. And guys, apologies for the glasses, my eyes are really hurting today. I was focusing on the computer a lot, doing some programming, and my eyes are killing me, so I had to put the glasses on, so they're a bit red at the moment. Portland Raceway put on a critter rad track. Absolutely, man. There's heaps of radial tracks out there. I'm just congratulating what we saw, and we're going to support as many as we can. But Matthew Grabu's track was killer. Absolutely, man. You were flying all day, every day on the left lane there, man. So
Hey, look at this, man.
pretty
Look at
killer.
this.
What
happened
did you?
there?
Oh man, I don't eat that stuff, man.
Yeah, but what is it? Hold on. Sorry. Guys, you're doing a cracker job. Keep up the good work. Look at that.
Oh,
Look at that.
oh, we got.
Who
a
done that?
delivery.
Who said that?
Who said that?
I don't know. How cool's that?
Is there a card?
No. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, thanks whoever sent that, man.
I'm swim training
Look
and
at that.
they're getting me like just in future, guys. Grubby must have joined two hats together to fit his big head. Oh man, we're continuing with these internal shenanigans. You sure it was a computer and not the beer? No, mate, no beers, man. I've been off the beer now for 3 months, and off red meat as well. And I'm swim training every day.
More
so,
land for me, man.
yeah.
That's it.
My eyes are just killing me, man. I do fiber optics work for an everyday job, and I was focusing on some stuff today. It's killing my life. But all good now. Who are we bringing on next?
Was it Timmy Cross?
Yeah, is Timmy on? Where's fine? There he is, Tim Cross. I still believe you're the fastest to the 8th on 275s, Timmy. So I'll bring Timmy on. So yeah, guys, if there's feedback, don't stress. We'll talk slowly, and then we just want you to talk. Just make sure you're in a quiet environment as much as possible. If the TV's blaring, turn it off. We can hear everything. The microphones in these Apple devices are full on. Timmy, how are you?
Good, mate. Good.
Congratulations, mate.
Thank you.
How does it feel?
That's good. Good feeling.
Tell everyone about the combination and how long you've been trying to get this result.
This combination's pretty new. Like it's a billet small block forward, kept it winter headed. The old motor was just a cast water motor. This is all billet, no water, methanol. So this has only done about 10 passes, so it's pretty fresh. It's 433s already is unreal, but like Frankie was just wanting to put more in it, but it was wheel stand and we had all the weight on the front we had and couldn't really take any more, but it was a good start.
So, the engines prepared.
Yeah, fuel tech on board. Frank basically designed the whole setup. Like we got Aaron Tremaine to build the cylinder heads and manifold. He got Proline involved with building the bottom end. It's Fuel Tech FT600 methanol now. It's got a turbo 400 2-speed. It used to have a 2-speed glide because it was 2 for the first gear. Upgraded my whole package to something that we don't have to push too hard. And for it to be going this fast already is unreal.
Is there a goal in mind, Timmy?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, you've already reached it.
We've got so much more to put in it, but we're finding out, the tracks, when the track's real good like it was, we just need so much more over the nose. It'll run in the teens, hopefully by the end of the year, if not next year, yeah.
Mate, and that's what I believe it will do.
Oh, mate,
How did the car feel?
The car feels unreal. It's going straight now, but I'm not really steering it, so the car, it's good. We just didn't expect the track to be that good and to have wheel spin issues. We thought we'd have wheel spin issues, so we had all the weight for the rear and not enough for the front. It's going to go teens, and the motor's got more than the car can handle. So.
Very good.
Tell me, are there any sponsors or any people from your team that you want to thank?
Oh, plenty of people that helped me, like obviously Frank, Danny Engines, Eric from Proline, Joe and Jonathan from ProFab. Like they built the whole car, they help out with everything. Obviously, my crew, Chris and Aaron, they're always there. We pretty much turn this thing around and get it ready in half an hour. It's nice and easy now without all the intercooler and ice and stuff. My wife and friends, I've got 5 kids and it's a busy life, but, to be able to go racing is just a relief that I really enjoy.
Mate,
we were really proud and happy for you.
We were standing just behind the car on the right-hand side to see that pass. And the crowd just sounded amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it went its first time in the 2s to the 330. And then in Saturday, like Frankie's just cleaning up, the thing is still really rich. To go into it went faster again to the 330, but obviously just kept climbing for the sky. It's a good feeling. Like I love doing wheelies, but also I want to finish the pass too. So,
Mate, can I just trouble you? What's that split window thing you got in the back there?
That's my family ride. Yeah. One of my boys.
Show us that.
One of my boys, since he was born, he just loved combis, and yeah.
How cool's that?
As I said, I've got 5 kids, so it's a 9-seat. We can all go for a drive. I've got my good old trusty XY over there that used to be the family car, but it got updated to a combi.
Those things are worth a bit of a pretty penny too.
You can't get done for speed in one of them, mate. I want to say thanks, guys, too. It's good for you to support everything, and the track, like everyone's been saying, was just amazing.
No, mate, it's a fantastic job, mate. It was great to see you racing and running hard. And when's the next meeting for yourself?
I'm pretty keen to go to Benarity. I know it's not... The track's good, but like everyone says, the amenities and the return road and stuff's a bit rough, but if I can afford to take more time off work, I'll probably go to Benarity as well. Otherwise, this is still 3,100 pounds, so it's set up to run Winter Nationals as well. So, hopefully Benarity, if not definitely, the next one will win.
Sounds great.
Mate,
well done, and I know you've got a
jet ski
business.
Yeah, mate. Yep.
Do you want to plug that?
Sure, why not? I've got the Yamaha dealership in Brisbane, so custom jet skis, sell Yamaha wave runners, service, repairs, whatever you need. Drop in, say good day.
Oh man, he's in Brisbane.
I always thought he's from Melbourne.
This is my local track.
All good.
All right, Timmy. Well, congratulations.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
And we're wishing you
every success.
Appreciate it. Thanks again, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's got marginal feedback there, I think.
Yeah, no, it was a bit better. It just depends on, look, honestly, man, this is a Facebook thing, so I'm not stressed. And Timmy, you handled that perfectly. And as you guys see, we'll just talk slowly and give you guys the microphone. But, guys, Timmy Cross is the epitome of radial racing. Yeah? He built a Cortina.
73 TC there.
70, oh, you know these things, man. I don't know.
That's right up my alley.
You had one of those, I think, yeah?
Sorry, this is melting.
And thank you to the person who sent this as well. We now know who it is. The order came all the way from Queensland. So, Mr. JW sitting on the couch, he got a bit smart there. Anyway, he knows that Victor likes his McFlurries. Anyway, it was wheels up, Chris Whelan, and Chris, I congratulate you on all your support that you give Timmy, and it takes a huge team effort to get these things happening. And I saw with Grubby, the procedures were there. I saw with Kyle and the 6-boost Camaro, we knew exactly what needed to be done, and we sort of kept out of everyone's way this weekend. Last time we were all hands on, but they sort of had it all sorted now with, the Tremaines were there, and the Tremaines and Kyle are very close. And then you had the Terry Sang, who was giving his driver feedback, who's also tunes his own cars, and he was tuning Tanya Thompson's car. And Tanya drove amazingly after being back from the States and having so much time out of the seat as well. So Craig and Tanya, congrats on that. And they had to deal with their own stuff. But I saw the Six Boost team sort of starting to gel first time. JW was behind the keyboard.
You've got 4 or 5 different groups of people coming together.
And that's always hard, right? Because you got
even 3, you know
yeah,
what I mean? It's
well done to Kyle and Kyle's mum's amazing as well, and Kyle's Mrs. Peter. She was just fantastic throughout the weekend, looking after Vic and I with a couple of sandwiches here, there, and everywhere. And you know us, man, we were looking for lamb. So Kenda, I don't know, do we need to bring the lamb with us next time? Anyway, we'll work it out. Chris Diggles said to bring the backstrap. So actually, on Chris Diggles, I actually want to have Chris on the show on our next show because. Could you all imagine a race like that without Chris Diggles? I can't, and Chris is the Lisa Bring of Australia, and I'll actually tag Chris because there might be an opportunity for someone to do some announcing in the US. So hopefully Chris takes part in that, and I can speak to Donald. But Chris, thank you for everything you do in the sport. The fact that he knows the races personally, gets involved with the teams, and the fact that he knows all the times and all of those things as well. It just makes it exciting, and he started to really get the atmosphere happening at Kenda. So Chris Diggles, if you're not watching, well, mate, Vic and I, the 2 little Greeks here, are giving you a shout out because we really appreciate everything that you do for the sport. Good place,
pronunciations need a bit of a polish up.
Oh, that's anyway, all right. He's still getting used to all the wonk names, right? It's been only fucking 30 years, but Diggles will get used to it. Peter cuts faster 60 foots racing to back the car up. Yeah, absolutely, Dave. She's a machine, man, and a health freak as well. So that's probably why she is. Chris is a machine. Yep, Craigs is back on. Yeah, and Chris runs Ford engine. He's got the dragster that is the altered there that he's got. I think he's running that. He's doing very well with that. Well deserved. Tim has worked big hours for a lot of years. Yeah, absolutely. And Tim made mention he had 5 kids, and his missus was, looking after the kids, and they've got their family business, and I love that Tim and his missus, sometimes they get together and they'll go for a weekend away to Sydney or whatever it is and have time with the family. But Tim's passion's always been that Cortina, and there's been a lot of money invested in that. And if you look at recently, the money that it would have taken would have been phenomenal as well. So again, I wanted to have Tim on because he's just fantastic.
Amazing result.
Shouldn't you guys have Kenda gear on? Yeah, we're not official spokespeople for Kenda, but yeah, I do have a couple of Kenda t-shirts for maybe the next round we'll wear them. But I wanted to wear the Garrett because I'm sitting strategically because there's a Precision Turbos banner there, so I'm wearing Garrett today because I'm still trying to get some free gear, man. Garrett, where you at, man? Where we at?
Well, he's decided to go over to the non-smokers.
I went to the non-smokers, and no disrespect, but because Precision's running very fast, but yeah, I've just I've got a bit more support from Garrett at the moment. We've got someone from Greece joining us. Hi, Konstantinos. How are you, mate? Hope you're well.
Konstantinos Grisi. Costa Gold.
Radial Racing is family sport. All our team, family on board. Yeah, absolutely. And Steve, I wanted to mention that about Timmy Cross because it resonates with me because I know how I operate with my wife, and I know how Vic operates with his wife when it comes to racing. I will empty the bank account and restock the bank account, but I'll do it all for the race car and not much else. Whatever my wife wants, she can have. But it's normally the racing is in our DNA, right? And you need the right partner to help you with that, and the right family members and the right crew. And there was a very good video from John Uris. And what did you say about the people that you eat with? They're not always...
Yeah, look, the people that you go out drinking with, probably not the best guys to bring with you to the track, you know.
Yeah.
You need guys that want to see you safe in the car,
yeah.
You know, that want to help you win, and they'll make you successful, you know. It could be one guy, it could be 5 guys, but, you know, your drinking buddy, he may not be the best guy around there, you know.
And that's the truth.
You need someone who's got racing in their blood, and that will make you successful, and, you know.
And look, if you're a racer or you've been around racing and you understand what it takes to succeed at these sorts of things, and you understand what it takes to get to this level. And Steve, you know, you look at your team, the way you guys were turning around that green machine, man, and how consistent it was. It takes a lot of commitment from everyone, family, friends, the whole lot. That's Con from Rocket. Mate, are you hiding from an ex-girlfriend, Con? Is that why it's all correct, man? What's going on there, man? Anyway, good to see you, and thank you again, Rocket, for all their support for the racing in Australia as well. My wife and daughter only once that know how to pack her shoots. We can fix car tuning, but we need them. Absolutely, man. I'll just click to see more. Absolutely, Stephen. Well said about the partners, and I just like raising it because despite all the egos and the drivers that think they're cold trickles every now and then, without their wives or their families, mate, not a lot will be happening, and we know that, we appreciate that. So again, thank you. And that's not to say we don't disagree with our partners and our family on some of the expenditure that happens in the sport, but that's all part of racing, as they say. So we've had Grubby on, we've had Tim Cross on. I don't know. We'll try and bring on Matty. There might be a bit of feedback with Matty, but we'll try. Matty, please, as you know, if there's feedback, we'll just talk slowly, and then you talk to us, and then try and be going to as quiet a place as possible, and try to keep it as close as possible as well. So we'll add Matty McCarthy. And can I say, Matty, PB?
They called me Ernie.
Okay, fair enough. Adrian and Ali, thank you again for supporting us, mate, in everything you do. Much appreciated. Matty.
Yeah. Yo. How are you?
What's happening,
Matty, there's no feedback.
Yeah, I know.
Keep talking, bro.
Yeah, no, that's all right. No, there's no
you've
feedback.
got headphones.
Heck yeah. It's not me first radio.
We sorted it out, bro. We got headphones too, bro.
That's exactly what you got to do. Hey?
Yes, sir.
Hey, that's the next level bizzo.
That's next level tuning, bro. That
Yeah,
tune's gonna cost you.
Is that the new
Hey,
software on
these earphones and the lack of feedback is an indication of I think the year that I'm about to dish out.
Matt, and
what a performance!
And what a note to start with, because Matt, you know, I had 4 different racers come up to me and say they've never seen Matt McCarthy so focused and so intense as you were on testing and on race day for Kenda. I think people have noticed that you've backed off some of the late night brews and and that genius mind of yours, mate, because you do work at the Tremaine doing a lot of their engineering, and you do have a fantastic drag racing mind. Mate, the results from you, mate, congratulations, Matty. You're part of the show, mate. But
cheers, thanks, guys.
We just want to say, mate,
Awesome
we were
to
so
watch,
happy
man.
for you, bro.
Awesome to watch.
Honestly.
ET, speed, everything. It's all coming round.
Yeah. Well, to say the Bluebirds' wings have been clipped for a year or so now, it would be a bit of an understatement. But yeah, we're back. I think we're back on track. To and we'll just keep chipping away at where we left off at that meeting. So I don't know, onwards and upwards. I guess. I hope that's what's going to happen.
Look, Matt, the car was responding to everything we could see you were doing. So we could sort of tell that once you got that first pass down on the Friday, and the car was really stable as it was coming out of the hole, and then all we could see was that the acceleration was happening faster and faster. So you were obviously bringing the power in quicker and quicker in order to get down to a certain point, and then that bitch was coming all the way home, man, and we were loving it. We were on the top end, man, just watching your car fly past us, and man, she sounded on song. That engine sounded amazing, man.
Yeah, well, that's still. Oh, well, I don't want to put a jinx on myself, but yeah, that's still the same engine. That's still the same engine that's been in the car since 2013. I think that's the same engine I raced Joe in the final at one of my first APSA meetings down there in Sydney. So, wow. touch wood. You know, I mean, I'm pretty easy on it. I try, always pretty conservative in the burnout. So, the only time it's really seen big RPM was when I run it out the back door at Grudge Kings a few years ago, and it was like just on sort of just shy of 9,000. But other than that, I sort of always keep it under 8,000. Things are happy. Tune up. It's way on the rich side. I'm conservative with timing. But hey, I've never ever got to the point where I've used you had to use all the power that the car's got or the engine's got. So there's no point leaning on it just yet. When we got the boost tapped out, then I might start leaning on it a little bit more. So.
Brett Ben said you're the local bloke.
Well, I'm local. Yeah, local for yeah. We've got a good group of mates, and we all help each other out as best we can. And yeah, I mean it's awesome. It's awesome to have such a good group of mates. And yeah, we've sort of been, whether we've been on the track or off the track, we've all been helping each other out heaps. And that's probably what I love more about it than anything. When I go fast, it's achievement for everybody that's been involved. So yeah, and yeah, everyone that has been involved know who they are, and they know it's greatly appreciated. So yeah.
And that's very nice of you to mention the people that have been around you and helping you. And I know your missus was there as well, supporting you, and that's always important. We were just speaking about that. But Matty, tell us. What's the sort of goal for the car? I've seen the car now start to accelerate a lot more ET-wise, and mile an hour. You showed the mile an hour as well. So, is there a goal for the Bluebird in its current state, or are you looking to make some advancements from the engine department? What's the vision for the Bluebird at the immediate stage?
Well, for now, like I said, we've had there's been a couple of underlying issues, which is sort of probably which has not let the car progress as fast as it should have. We sort of probably come across that just before Riot last year, but it was it was a bit too late to be able to do anything about it. So anyway, I think we're on top of that now. So finally putting down some passes that make sense. So from there, I now have something to work with. But before we were like chasing our tails. So yeah, it's a good basis to work from for this year. So I don't know what this year holds for us, but I'm going to be doing my utmost best to be going faster and quicker every race meet from here on out.
Okay, and well said, and you're playing it down, which is good. But mate, we were super impressed with your effort. Now, if we can turn to Sesame Street Outlaws, mate. I know the race with Timmy Cross wasn't for the Sesame Street Outlaw. Is that correct?
Oh no, we did that was on the test day. That was, I think it was on the test day. Yeah, that was just That was just the way we just happened to line up.
Okay.
Tim with I wasn't 100% sure where Simon was going to end up in qualifying. I wasn't 100% sure where they were at with the car, whether they were going to get it back again or not. Tim came and saw me on Friday night and asked me, did I want to actually run on the Saturday against him? And I took up the offer to say, at that point in time, I said, oh no, we'll just hang 10. I wasn't sure what was going to happen with Simon. Q2 come round and Simon and the two Simons and Dylan and Stuart, all of them were thrashing, trying to get the car back together. So they weren't ready at that point in time. So Q2 ran through as it was, and then O'Carroll was ready to run in Q3. So it sort of the way it panned out was Timmy Cross and I still have we'll still have an outstanding run. Yep. We still have an outstanding run, but for now, it was only the run against Simon O'Carroll for now that I got off the to-do list. So yeah.
Awesome, and I hear that there was an extra amount. Was there an extra amount for the leave on that as well, for who got the jump?
No. Oh, there was yeah. So I think he upped it for another 500 on the gap.
On the gap, okay.
Yeah, I wasn't. But we'll probably have to cross to the video umpire because I don't know. I wasn't 100% sure if there was a gap.
Do you want to show us the video, you smart ass?
Hey?
You want to show us the video now, or
he's one I prepared earlier.
He's one we prepared earlier with a photo of the gap. Speaking of gaps,
I think there might have been a gap.
There might have been a gap.
Like
that. But okay, well, again, congrats on winning the first Sesame Street Outlaw list race.
Cheers, guys.
Matty, I know you're a big supporter of us trying to bring money into the radial scene because that's how it all started in the US. And it doesn't have to be 20 grand to start with, but if everyone gets a little bit of money in their pocket and everyone gets a bit more confident, and sometimes there might be a few beers a few nights before or after an event, and then the call out happens. We're looking for everyone's support to try and grow the money in the sport, because the more money that's in the sport, the more we're going to attract other races to come in, but the more we're going to keep getting our current races to push harder and harder and harder.
Definitely.
And the result was there, man. You walked away with $1,500 for a match race.
Yeah, no, that was yeah. Hey, you know, I you never count your chickens before they're hatched. Off the trailer, I stayed with where I left off from Radial Right last year. I rolled out with that tune, and it actually probably went slower. It went 480 at, I don't know, 160, mid 160s or something. And I'm like, oh, well, but that particular pass and the way it felt, as opposed to the way the car felt at Riot. Yeah, I knew we were heading in the right direction, and we chipped away at it, and yeah, like I said, I would just keep chipping away at it.
Run us through the best time card there.
Hold on, before you do that, Craig said not next time.
Not next time. No gap next time.
So happy to make a double, Craig. So if you guys are. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, can you just run us through your best card there?
I don't have it in front of me, but what do you want? I think it was
60. What sort of 60 was it? Was that 445 or 444?
Yeah, it was 445. I think at 168.76 or so. I don't know, somewhere in there. Yeah. I think I went 117 something to the 60, and 299 to the 330, and then what was it? 455 something at 168.75. So hey, it felt like it done it. It felt like it. Yeah, it felt like it done it pretty easy, and like I said, I haven't had a car that's worked properly. So any bit of data I've sort of really, any of the data that I've had up until this point in time is pretty much it's not
straight out to
no,
starting from now. Start again.
Yeah, starting again. So yeah.
Craig said there's no gap next time, and Carol's just joined us. Simon, mate, we congratulated you on all your PBs at the start of the show as well.
Definitely.
Matty on,
well done.
And Matty just said that he gapped you, man. I'm sorry that you enjoyed it this time, but that's the time that he enjoyed it. I can't control that, you know what I mean? We gave Simon a huge rap at the start, but apparently there's no gap, so I'm happy to see a lot of money get dropped for this no gap.
Yep. Yeah, nah. I'm bang up for it. And that's what I love about you, mate.
You're a true racer, mate. You don't give a shit. You'll back yourself. And look, if you're going to lose money, you're going to lose. But as you saw, you won some money on the weekend too.
Yeah. Every dollar they keep bumping it up, you're gonna see the thinking cap go on tighter.
Absolutely. Or the boost get wound up more, whatever it takes.
Mate, it's all a juggling act, and hey, too much power and too much boost. We see what that does, but you know, you can. There's no shortage of power. You got to. One thing is get it from A to B. I know a few people are taking the piss out of me for running on wheelie bars, but hey, that's it. There's the bluebird there.
Come and get it.
Yeah, nothing bent or mangled there. So I mean, I've copped a little bit of flack for the wheelie bars, but hey, you know, it was at that point when it was a common sense. It was a common sense thing for me. So.
Listen, Matty, there's a lot of money invested in that, and to be honest with you, I've actually checked with Donald Long. Wheelie bars are actually allowed in Radial versus the World. I don't know if.
Yeah, I know. I think it's shone upon. A lot of people call them sissy sticks and whatnot and stuff. No. But hey, well, they're off now and they're not coming back. So I think I'm on top of what it takes to keep the nose on the ground, and yeah, we'll just keep feeding the power and. Keep feeding the power in, and we'll see what happens. Hey, I don't know if they keep giving us if the likes of Dave Hunter and them keep giving us tracks like we got the race on last Friday and last Saturday, mate. World's our oyster.
Wasn't that amazing? I don't think people
unbelievable. Unbelievable.
If they weren't there, I don't think people would understand what that track was like. But Craig said always been on black. Well, Wesley Snipes, Craig, mate. That's
That's a big line.
Oh man. Oh, man. And I'll tell you, man. I was for a nitrous versus turbo setup. It was a great match race, and And Matty, to be honest with you, mate, you've proven it. So if anyone wants a piece of Matty, man, you've got to show the cash. And if the cash is enough, then Matty will say yes. If it's not enough, well, you're going to have to dip in a little bit tighter, and show the moolah.
Yeah,
definitely a good motivator for me. Definitely a good motivator for me. So yeah,
it's good for everyone. It's great for everyone.
Definitely.
Great for the sport. And guys, the idea from Vic and I with the Sesame Street Outlaws is simple. Albeit that we're going to raise some money from charity too, and we're probably going to double what we did last year, right? But
yes,
we're trying to bring on new sponsors that haven't been involved with drag racing. So, Vic spoke to Australian Muscle Car Sales over the last few days. They've just tipped in another $500 for the first 200 mile. But we're trying to get them involved in the sport. If there is hype, if there's rivalries, if there's areas where these sponsors can see that they're going to get good coverage, that's where they jump on board.
Action.
So we believe in the sport, right? The racers are supporting the sport. Once we get bums on seats, and once there are rivalries, so I can see that McCarthy and O'Carroll are going to have a pretty intense rivalry for the rest of the year, right? I can see that that's where it's heading. But that's what the sport needs, man. That's what we need, brother. We need the heck.
Oh, definitely.
We need to come get some on the Bluebird, you know what I mean? But put your money where your mouth is. Now, for me, I think anyone that calls out McCarthy, it has to be more than $3,000 now, Matt. Is that right?
Here we go.
It's got to be for $3,000. Otherwise,
Matt McCarthy, I'm not the Federal Reserve Bank.
I'll print some out the back here, don't worry.
Vic's got the olive tree in the back.
Oh, rightio, solid. Show me the money. Anyway, Show me the money.
That's how. Well, I just think that people need to dip their hand in their pocket if they're going to call out, and look, the call outs are going to start coming, and we've seen people are getting behind the call outs.
And even if it means a couple of guys backing you and other guys backing Carolyn, there's a bigger pot at the end of it, so to speak. You know, it's all good. It's all good. You know?
Yep.
And that's how we're going to do it.
Yeah, I've got mates like Brett Benz and whatnot and stuff, and like he painted the car, done an awesome job painting the car, and every time I scratch it, wreck it, he always just fixes it up, makes it look 110% again. Dave Hillman. Dave Hillman, he's always willing to help when we got there's stuff to do on the car here, whatever it might be. Michael Arnold. I can keep going on and on and on. But the whole group, Justin Wilkinson, Justin Wilkinson, Mark James, and it goes on and on and on and on and on. The list of people, everyone knows who they are, and I'm always grateful in their presence. It's nothing sort of, every reward that you achieve is never always just yourself. There's always a great group of people behind you. So. Yeah.
I said that before. It takes a huge team effort to get to. I don't think people get it, man. If you're not a racer, you'll never understand that. The hours, the commitment, the sacrifice. I don't think people will get it. It's not just lip service I'm talking about, man. We're racers,
that's right.
We
Correct.
get it, but and the family comes into it too. Matty, tell me, mate, what's the next event for the Bluebird? And what are the plans? Are you running Kenda June, Kenda September? Is there going to be a Jambo appearance in between? What's the schedule looking like so people who follow you can come and follow you?
Well, at this point in time, I'll be running. I'll run every Kenda round, so that's including Benarabi. I got a good close mate, Michael Cross, that lives up there, and it's always we sort of all don't get to see enough of each other, so it's good to go up there, catch up with him, and another mate Ryan that lives up in wherever he is up there further north. He comes down, so it's good. I go up there race more. That was always more so for the social aspect and whatnot. But we can be social and still keep it serious. I'll be doing my best. Last year when we went there, that was the first meeting I'd actually run on something other than a pro bracket Radial or whatever, and I actually put a 275 pro tire on it, and we sort of half stood on the proverbial. And everyone wasn't really struggling, but I started with a clean sheet, and since then, like I said, the Bluebird's wings been clipped, but I think we're good for flight now. So this time round, I'd like to be in at the pointy end of even the big hitters as well. So the track.
You will.
Hey, the track's always what it is. There's been some awesome radial passes run up there at Benarby. If the track's on point, I'm sure we can still see some really good numbers. So, and I don't know when the last time a lot of people have been up there, but the return road is mostly all bitumen. Hey, there's a few. Hey, we haven't been there for 12 months. The track just keeps getting better and better every year that we turn up there. So, hey. There's they've run Group 1 there at times before, and like I said, the track's getting better and better and better. So I think that most people that are a little bit shied off about the venue, I'd be pretty confident. I'd be pretty confident, to go up there and support Kenda and give your cars a run. So
and I've never been to Benarby, man. How far out is it from say Brisbane?
Oh, I think it's like 5.5. Or if you're towing a car trail, it's about 6 hours. 6 hours north of Brizzy. So
North of
five,
Brizzy.
5.5 if you're just cruising up there to have a little bit of a watch. Yeah.
Okay,
drive.
so if everyone wants to go, it's about 5.5 hours outside of Brisbane.
Yeah. There's an airport. There's an airport there at Gladstone as well, and that's only sort of probably a 15-minute drive from Gladstone to the track. So. For interstaters and whatnot, and it's a really from a spectator's point of view, that they really pull a good crowd. Everyone even from the APSA days, they always get a good crowd, and they really love their racing up there, and they get right into it. So yeah,
absolutely. Timmy Cross said he loves that place, and Dave Reed said, "I'll be with a wood-fired pizza."
Yep. Yeah, they do good pizzas.
Absolutely. So, Matty, can I ask you, man? Can you give all the people watching, mate, maybe take the phone and give us a fire up? Is the car in fire up condition inside the cockpit?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, hang on.
Is it too late? Oh, sorry, man. Did I put you on the spot, mate?
Hey, what time is it now?
It's 10 o'clock here.
It's 9:58 here, which means it's 8:58 there, man.
Right, hang on. I'll shut the garage door.
No, don't worry. If you're going to get in trouble, don't worry about it. No, it's all good.
Hey, all good. No, I'd actually, just to be honest, the neighbours haven't been, weren't too impressed at times over the Christmas break. So, I call it keeping the peace. Yeah,
absolutely.
But it is ready. It's on pump fuel now, and she's always ready to run.
No,
it's actually got a gearbox. It's got a gearbox in it now, so that's always good. It didn't have a gearbox in it for a while there, but I was having a bit of a play with it. But yeah, no, you just this is it. This is the shed. That's the car.
Nice.
You just turn the key on like that. And then the dash lights up.
Yeah, I saw the red lights. Oh, yeah, look at
that. Yeah, the dash lights up. And then, if you wanted to start it, you could, but you just go, always ready to rock and roll.
It nearly went.
Always ready to rock, man. See that, everyone? You got to have your stuff ready to go. That's like Ken the Jesus is Benarby. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. We had a streaker last year, so... We had a streaker on the track.
Did you?
Yeah.
Was that you?
No, it wasn't me. I think they tried to blame it on me, but it's not me.
No, that was an
imposter.
It was an imposter.
Yeah, it was an imposter. Definitely.
Well, Craig's apparently is going to be up there, so here we go.
They're ready. Oh, well, they want to race.
I don't know. He just said,
that's all right.
No, we will be there.
No, it'd be good. Be good if we'll see what happens and see who's going, and then we'll try and sort some stuff out. But you guys will be the first to know if we come up with anything.
No, thank you, mate, and thank you. Just so everyone's very clear, the day after the race, Matty actually messaged me to say, what's the bank details so I can put the money in for the charity thing. Vic and I haven't worked out what we're going to do yet for that, Matty, so hang tight, man.
No, that's fine.
we're not actually a registered charity, and it poses an issue because we don't know what to do when it comes to this sort of stuff. So I've got my accountant looking into it now and seeing
Nah,
what
that's
we
all
can
right.
do.
Whatever.
Yeah, we might
I
set up a
got
PayPal.
I got given cash, so I can give you his cash. It's all good.
No problem, man.
Simon was
Thank
good.
you.
Yep.
Simon O'Carroll firstly deserves every success that he has, and he's a
Yeah, no,
gentleman of the sport.
they done well. I seen a string of PBs out of that car. It was a bit of a, you don't wish that upon anyone. It was a bit unfortunate what happened to the car on the Friday at testing. Hopefully they can get. Hopefully they get on top of that, because you don't like seeing that happen to. It's money. It's a whole lot of money that you don't really. No one needs to really be spending. But hopefully they get their handle on that. And
I just think that kick came on and it just started heading for the sky, and I don't think there was much he could do at that point. It was a bit of a passenger, it just happened so fast.
Nah. We've all been there. I've just been fortunate enough to not actually really overly wreck anything touched yet. So.
Yeah, no, they did really well, and the team did really well to get back out there on the Saturday, man.
Yep, they did. Awesome effort.
Matty, before you go, anything happening in the Tremaine world? I was speaking to you about porting the blower on the GDS, so we might have to get Barrelos to help me take off that blower. But any specials happening? Any new manifolds or stuff? I know you guys post a lot of stuff every now and then.
Oh, there's always new things. There's always new things in the pipeline. There's nothing that we're going to be releasing anytime soon. But we got a few big projects that I guess probably sort of around about mid-year. Okay. They'll start to surface. But I'm probably not at will to say.
Not at liberty to say.
And that's it. Yeah, not at liberty to say or reveal anything that Well, we run a pretty closed shop, and all our customers and everything. There's nothing but the utmost when it comes to privacy and intellectual property and stuff like that. So in time, things will evolve, and I guess that they get to show their face when the time comes. So.
Absolutely, but if anyone's got an LSA and you want the original blower ported,
we do. Yeah. We do. But there's a lot of stuff. If you get onto Google Next Gen, nextgen.com.au, and from there, whether it's Next Gen or Tremaniac Racing, you'll be able to see all the products that we make, and like 99% of the stuff we keep in stock. Occasionally, if someone wants something a little bit left field or whatnot, as opposed to what we normally stock, you might expect a 3 to 4 week wait, because our machines we always try and keep them pretty busy. So we try and slot things in where we can slot things in. But for the most part, if you want something outside of our normal run of the mill stuff, you're going to be at least probably 3 to 4 weeks. That's just the way, unfortunately, we have to operate, because
which is relatively quick anyway.
By the time you order material and redesign and reprogram and get it in the machine, it's that's about the best service we can offer at the moment. So
I only bring it up because we were with Kerry and Aaron and the Tremaines, obviously with the 6-boost Camaro, and look, mate, they're stalwarts of Australian racing, and one of the biggest things that Vic and I are trying to do is get the racers to support as much of ourselves as possible within the businesses that everyone's in. And the Tremaines are synonymous with racing, but they're obviously supporting Radial racing through the 6-boost Camaro, and we know you work there, man. So we just want to give a shout out to everyone's business and everyone that's in the racing scene, and try and if someone needs a set of billet valve covers for their engine, then mate, call up Next Gen. If if there's some bits you see on the website, call them up. The turnaround, as we said, Vic, is pretty good. I mean, you've known Kerry for a very long time, and
man, the guys just do top-notch stuff, and that's it.
Yeah, look,
they're the best ring.
They're one of the best, man. So look, at the end of the day, we're just trying to support everyone, Matty, and mate, thanks for
awesome.
the headphones,
thanks, guys,
because it's been amazing.
You're welcome.
So heck yeah, there's the tip. There's Matty's tip. Wear headphones when you're on the phone to the boys. We should try that out. I don't know if Grubby's still on or someone. Put a set of headphones on and let's try it out.
Yep.
It's definitely night and day.
Night and day, bro. I've enjoyed this.
Maybe the team
Oh, yeah.
viewer's off or something. No interference on the team viewer.
Maybe there's no like people. Wi-Fi
Nah,
sitting
well,
and
actually, Melissa, I won't take all the credit. Melissa, my girlfriend, she was sitting here and she's like, "Oh, maybe you should put headphones in." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll have a crack at that." And,
There you go.
well, paid off.
Melissa, when you're in Sydney, we'll buy you some lamps of lucky, mate.
Hey?
Awesome.
When Melissa's in town with you again, we'll buy some lamps of lucky.
Oh, awesome. No, she doesn't eat lamb.
Right,
She hates lamb.
We'll give us
Chicken.
some pork, don't worry.
Chicken,
everyone eats it.
pork, whatever, man. Whatever you want. Jeez.
Yeah, righto. Righto.
Good, mate.
Solid.
Thanks, bro. Heck yeah, man.
Awesome.
Pretty solid.
Thanks for having me on, guys. And yeah, everyone keep on racing. Cheers.
Thanks,
Cheers,
man.
mate.
Thanks,
See ya.
matey.
Mate,
Bye.
have a good night.
Bye.
Ladies and gents, he's part of the show actually, Matt McCarthy. So we thank Matty for all his time and efforts, and again, congratulations on winning that Sesame Street Outlaw race, and also for your PBs, and again, huge congrats to Simon O'Carroll for awesome competitor. Craigs and him turned that car around, pretty much impossible, but they did it, and he ran PBs on the Friday as well. So huge congrats.
Big effort from Aaron too. I believe he went to the shop and he was
Aaron went and helped
running
out.
around like
Absolutely,
crazy.
man.
No,
See what I mean?
the guys
That's
helped,
why I'm
everyone
trying to
helped
get.
and they got it done.
And you're right. We've got to support each other.
100%.
And there might be, listen,
yeah, there's rivalry at the start line. Don't get me wrong.
and there's
That's how it
rivalries.
is.
There's rivalries. I know there are people on here, Vic, that probably don't like us very much, and I know there are people on here that don't like some of our guests very much, and I know that people that get on here and really they dislike people that are on the start line. But at the end of the day, guys, we are a small Radial family, and I've seen time and time again where
Bring it to the track. Let's get it on.
I've seen rivals help each other to get to the next round. Okay, Dale Hilliard told me, and it wasn't a rival, but he told me that he lent a fierce competitor his injectors to get to the next round.
That's big.
Who ended up running a PB that Dale was chasing. Now, not many people would do that, and Dale did that.
We've been in that situation.
We've done that many times. But Araby, great atmosphere, love the place from Adam Duncan. Mark Jordan Peck, Jet 30R needs to make a return.
What's that?
So, a couple of bullets ready for Jet 30R. They ran pretty fast in 235, so Barrelos has just been busy working away, and a bit of power from all over Australia coming for Barrelos, and I think the Valiant is getting ready too. That's coming out on 235's natural, and there's very special people involved with that engine. But anyway, I'm sure most people know what that's all about. I think you've told everyone Zaraki's involved with that. Or?
Yeah, well.
Yeah, Zaraki's involved with that one anyway. Radial Jesus.
Sorting that top end out there.
He needs a Kenda Jesus profile page, that guy. I'm pretty sure McCarthy did the streaking. I heard the streaker nearly hit 200. Oh, was that Grubby? Oh, okay. 100%, Matt. Dave Reed's great atmosphere, can't beat it, old school grassroots.
Yep.
Mark Jordan Peck, Next Gen hosting Pro Stock at April Meet. Oh, very good. Very good. I'll run a bill at 20B if you make one, McCarthy. Won't even charge you for my fees. True. Craig Lewis, they make killer intakes. Craig, again, mate, I can't believe that new car that you've got coming out, man. I'm really looking forward to it, bro. And you've gone the Pro Charger route, which definitely proven combination there. Josh finally woke up and is watching us. Thanks for the support, mate. The big dog. He's heading over to the Sweet 16, and Terry Singh was on the bloody plane watching us, so I feel pretty privileged for that.
That's awesome.
Kenda really showed it, guys. Everyone was checking on what each other needed on staging, special. Yeah, and Steve, that's what I started with. That really resonated with me on the weekend. I hadn't really seen that before between us radio races, where they just, don't get me wrong, the start line was the start line. No one gave a fuck who was in the start line. We were going for it. But I know you're itching, man. If you're itching, imagine what the hell I'm going through right now, seeing all these amazing passes on 275, and I just want to start really simple with my 275 combo. But Steve, you're 100% correct. Everyone was sort of just rooting for each other. Like I know Grubby wanted Kyle to succeed just as much as Kyle wanted Grubby to succeed. It was and it was shaping up to be a battle of the beast there. But that's pretty awesome. Now I want to do a test. If anyone has Apple headphones, can you put them in and let us know? We want to bring you on because I think Matty McCarthy has sorted this out.
Well, his partner did.
Craig Lewis here. Thank you, sir. No, I'm trying to speak the truth, and we started off the show by saying, look, we're trying to get this show to promote Australian radio racing as much as possible. So I'm trying to curb the swearing. So apologies if I've let a few slip, but I'm making a really big effort. Got them. Steve Smith's got him. Okay,
Put him on.
We're going to put Steve on because he deserves it. Nicky's hiding away there. Did you see that?
Krieger's on there, mate.
Yeah, but fuck, man.
Okay,
let's try this. Smithy, you got the headphones in. Let's see. Adding.
If this crackles, mate, you're dead.
You. Me?
Yeah, you.
Why me?
The guy told me this and that and yada yada.
Let's see the headphones.
Hey guys, how you going?
Hi Steve, how are you, man?
Yeah, good mate, yourselves?
I think McCarthy sorted it, bro.
Nice and clear, dude. Nice and clear.
Sweet. Nice.
Oh man,
Look
there's
at
no
that.
feedback.
McCarthy, mate, and his missus, man.
McCarthy's missus is going to get dinner from me and
that's
Vic.
massive.
Steve,
Done
bro,
well.
I've been talking heavily about your car, so I hope your ears aren't burning, man. But I'm really impressed with it because I started off with a single turbo, and I know how hard it is to spool those bitches with a small block. And the times you're retrieving and the way that car was leaving and performing, mate. I'm glad you joined us because I just wanted you to have the ability to thank some people involved with your car and tell a few people a bit about your car, man.
All right, mate. Number one, it's a LS, 427 Cube LS, factory heads, 106mm Garrett turbo, completely tuned by Ricky Fenwick. Mate, it just works. We've been fighting this issue at the moment. We're dropping one cylinder down the track, and the car is still PBing. That's the frustrating part. Yeah, we're losing a cylinder. We think we've found the problem with some software stuff that we've done. So we're looking forward to Jambo. We're really chasing the 6s and the 200 plus at Jambo.
What ECU's that running? Sorry to interrupt you. What ECU's in that car? Just out of curiosity.
What's that, sorry?
What ECU are you running?
We're running the Holly ECU. It's definitely not the ECU issue. We've been through all that with the guys from the States. We're at the point of Saturday of pulling the ECU out and putting it out, and we've been with so many guys from the States, and it's definitely not that. We think we had a wiring issue, and then we've added some software with traction control and stuff. And with the new Pro Torque converter, it's a lot tighter than the old converter. So I think we were just sort of chasing our ass a little bit with what we've done, trying to rush things through. But, mate, the car is phenomenal.
Mate, the car's sorted. Bro, don't touch the car.
Mate,
just put
spot
more boost in the bitch, man.
Mate, pretty much, and that's exactly where we're at. Like, spot on performance. Danny Lansdowne has built the engine, built the whole chassis of the car from day one. We built this car in 3 weeks for Radial Right, the first Radial Right.
Jeez.
I hit the wall in my one tonner at Jambo Brisbane a couple of years ago. So we built the car in 3 weeks, literally, for it. And, mate, the car has been phenomenal.
That new front end from the 3-second sister car looks amazing. It looks fantastic in green. I told you that when you first painted the thing green. But, mate, I'm so impressed with that because I don't think people get it to run a small cube 427 cube V8 with a 106 turbo. Mate, I know people that can't even spool a 90mm turbo with a small block, mate, let alone a 106. And we did it. We know what to do with the 106. But the consistency of the car leaving the line was amazing, man. And credit to you, credit to your team. Are there any sponsors or anyone else you wanted to thank now that we got you on, man?
Mate, we've got to thank Elite Automatics and Spot On Performance. They're the number one guys, mate, at the moment. We're really working with Elite Automatics at the moment with some converter dump stuff to try and... We don't have an issue with spooling the converter. We're just trying to leave with a bit more. Ricky has just done a phenomenal job with the tuning. Mate, he just devotes himself to this car. Spot On Performance just do... You know, we couldn't ask for any more from these guys. The LS combo, the plan was actually to sell the engine after Radial Right, but we're just like, we haven't found the limit of it yet. So
there's more in it
at the moment. There's a lot more in it, mate. A lot more in it. Like, that was seriously from 2 seconds on, that was running on 7 cylinders on every pass.
Oh, mate, jeez. Well, don't sell it until you run it. The biggest mistake I made was I sold my combo because I was updating it and I didn't give it the potential that I know it had. But, man, don't do it because I regret it.
Mate,
because
100%,
there's a chase
yeah.
there. Yeah, absolutely, man. And look, you know, sixes is the goal for the car, and I think you're going to be doing that. Is that the goal?
Originally the goal was not to run the quarter mile pretty much at all. We sort of got forced into the corner with Grudge Kings last year with the fact of the 8th mile being cancelled. The car run 199 mile an hour with a few pedals. So from that, it put a bit of a rocket up our ass. With that, we're really, this next 2 weeks, we leave for Sydney next Wednesday for Jamboree. The goal is to run a 6. And not so much to run a 6, to run 6s all day long. We're going down for the Friday. We want to run all day Saturday. We want to run 6s and just get the car consistent, get the 200 mile an hour, and then we will go back to just focus on 8th mile after that.
Mate, congratulations to you and everyone involved.
Thank you, boys.
Well done in supporting Kenda. You're also supporting Jambo like us. We're going to support Radial Racing everywhere. I know Colin Wilshire's on here. I think he said it looks awesome, that colour.
Mate.
But, look,
100%, mate. Shout out to Colin Wilshire and Ray Box and Scott Harker, Justin. Mate, the events are unreal. Like, that's all we do it for, you know what I mean? Like, we built this car in 3 weeks with ridiculous time frame, budget time, just to race Kenda Radial right. And, you know, we grenaded the original engine deliberately. Well, not deliberately, but you know what I mean? Like, just to get, because we knew we wanted to run that event. Yeah, and these guys are giving all of us a chance to run it. It's not about prize money. It's just about the track conditions. Like, these guys are just putting in the effort and giving us something to run with. So,
I don't think people understand, man, what's been happening with the track, and look, not everyone gets it, but we do. Where we're racing on it, we get it, right, mate. And again, congratulations to you, everyone involved, and your continued support for everything Radial. And mate, we look forward to catching up with you when you're in Sydney.
100%, guys. Same to you. Have a good trip. Awesome show.
Thanks, man.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you. Thanks, Steve.
Bye.
Thanks for all your support, man.
Yeah,
well, very good to catch up with Steve, and I like that. You know, we're giving Spot on a call out and all the people involved with it, because that's what I want. I want all of us to support the people that are supporting us, because it gives them an outlet and a little bit of marketing for everyone. It keeps the dollars running, man. And there might be a potential customer that's saying, "Oh, okay, who's Spot on Performance?" Yeah, looks them up, and we'll go from there. Forgot to mention I'll be running Jambo up here. Okay, Matty McCarthy is going to be running Jambo up there as well, so that's fantastic. Theo Willett, how are you, sir? See you jumping on lots of planes, Theo, so I'm sure you're getting all those frequent flyer miles. Who else has got a set of headphones and wants to jump on so we can really prove this? Simon Krieger, okay, here we go.
Get Krieger's on.
Oh, man, this is
Hopefully
going to...
he's got the gas off.
Hopefully he's got his headphones, and hopefully we're going to get a call out. Here we go. I'm just showing everyone that he asked to come on here.
Well, it won't be like last time. Took about an hour to get him on.
Adding.
But now it's
Connecting.
There he is. He's got the...
He's got the headphones.
What's happening?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that work. All good. How are you boys?
Brother, you changed my life after that chat we had in the pits, man. All these bastards, man, they're spending 70 grand on ECUs and all this stuff, man, and Craigs is running with nothing working, only the oil light.
Yeah, we've done that quite a few times. Like in the Camaro, I don't think I had anything working for 6 months. So
that's not good.
But we're talking 10 years ago, Craigs, you said.
Oh, week 10 years. We don't even look now. Con comes and has a quick look. I laugh at him and just say, "Who cares?"
Who cares? There's no data. There's no nothing. We'll just run it.
Yeah, no. Well, I stuffed up a bit. I should have put a bit of weight on the front, of Simon's car. But next meeting, the front end's at Burnsies now. We put more weight bars.
Right.
Straightening the front end again. The rails copped a bit of a flogging, so.
Mm-hmm.
Your mate Dave Cornford, he's going to put it back on the chassis aligner. And we're ready to go again.
I'll tell you what, Craigs, I saw some in-car footage from Simon on race day, and geez, he was fighting that car, man. It wasn't right, but he was still racing him, man. And credit to you and the team because Simon's got some big balls driving a car like that was beat up like that, and I saw it twitching on him in the top end as well, and he controlled it. It's still flat buried to the board, so mate, he's a fantastic driver and great supporter of the sport, and well done to you all for turning that thing around.
Yeah, no, he did a great job. The only, like, the car was pretty bad. Like, we probably shouldn't have come back out, but hey, we wanted to take on Matt, so like his car was awesome all weekend. But next one we'll have a hot rod. We're going to try and go, 4-4s. So even in Benarabi, I think we're going to do it. I've got Burnsy all over it, and I've got a handle on the tune. And like you said, I've got a good driver. Simon's killing it, so look out.
Oh, look, I think you guys are a fantastic combination, and well done to Burnsy for taking on the car. I know Craig gets booked out years in advance, so obviously, Craig, you're a long-time supporter of Burnsy. I don't think he would have had a chance to say no to you, mate.
No, he's good. He always fits a car in for me, so pretty much I book a car in every 2 months just so he has to do it. Don't tell him what car, just every 2 months I say a car's coming in.
Here it is. You keep the rotation happening.
Yeah, I do a lot of cars for a lot of customers now, so yeah, they help me out. Yeah, he's good.
So, Craigs, can you give a bit of plug for your business, mate? How can people contact you if they want things done? What are some of the things that are you just going to be doing tuning this year and focusing on your client cars? What's the program looking like for yourself?
Well, no, I'm actually busy at work, so I'm only taking on a few cars. So I'm doing a few roll racing cars, like a few nitrous ones. And, me and Simon just going to run that one car. My car's staying off the road this year. I'm rewiring it and doing all sorts of things on it. And I want to try and go, teens or zeros next year with a nitrous car.
Wow.
Something it's something that's shaped like a brick. So Trana ain't aerodynamic, but hey, we'll give it a go.
I'm sure you'll get there, mate.
Yeah, well, at least my steering wheel's on the right side. Like
on the right side, I'm with you with that.
Hey, I'm hearing you.
It's an Australian on the left, mate. So anyway.
Oh, fuck.
That's it.
You don't go there. We just calmed everyone
it is what it is, man.
We calmed everyone down, mate, and now you two are going to fire them up.
What do you mean calm down? Perry who?
Oh, man.
Yeah,
but calm down, Perry.
Is there a call out coming up?
Oh, shit.
I'm going to put my money on, like, Grubby. He's going to clean up, mate. You watch when them two get together. Can't wait. I'll put 500 on it.
I think Grubby's got it by the balls at the moment.
Oh, well, he's got to take on the Candy Man, so it'll be good.
Take on the Candy. Well, that just says to me, but that the cat's out of the bag. That means the Candy Man's going to be around. He's got something. He's got planned.
Well, I've heard he might be coming out soon, so yeah, no, it's good.
Very soon.
The Candy Man, he's staying under the radar, mate. And,
the Candy Man.
The
Candy Man can.
The Snickers Man. I actually heard some a great story about how that all unfolded. So, wish him all the success in whatever the combo is coming up, and it looks like there's going to be some great match racing coming up as well. Craigs, what do you reckon?
Oh, it's going to be out of control. Like, the boys are doing a killer job. Like, yeah, this Radial racing, like, we had heaps of fun when we were racing 10.5 and Mod Street. And basically every Mod Streeter and 10.5 bloke are all in Radial. So it's just like a big family reunion to me. It's great. And
that's what Vic was saying. And Craigs, what do you think of us trying to get a little bit of this call out and the money happening, mate? I think that's going to just keep the interest going, because part of the thing with 10.5 was forget the whole rule thing. I think that got sorted towards the end there. It was more just the fact that people were just not investing and continually racing. Is that pretty much what the story was there?
Well, that's the problem with the whole sport, really, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
People ain't throwing money in to help us. Like, we put on a show, put on everything, and we're getting bums in seats. It's just like the corporate people have to, realise we've got a good thing happening and start supporting. Like what
Get
we're
behind it.
doing is like we're up there with the best, in the world. Like it's going to be game on. They just need to chuck in a bit of coin.
I believe
So-
that, and that's what Vic and I goal is with all of you guys is to grow the reach of the radial scene, and then bring as many corporate sponsors on as possible. Because the more prize money there is, and let's be very frank, I think there's about 70 grand now up for grabs at Kenda, and I do have something now that you're on, Craigs, that I wanted to just read out from Scott Harker. Just in regards to what's happening with the prize money from the first round, yeah? Just give me a sec. All right, so the race was actually declared by the raceway, not by Kenda. I'm just putting that out there so everyone's aware of that. Okay?
They may or may not be.
So if you weren't aware of that, Kenda didn't make the call to call the race. The raceway said it was unsafe due to the fact they didn't have a jet driver to drive the track in time and blah, blah, blah. Right? Okay, so they didn't get a chance to crown the winners or the runners-up. So based on that, the minor awards did not get done either. So there was no prizes handed out across the board. Scott said it was a very tough decision for him to accept, but they're working very closely with Willowbank, and they understand exactly the position of Willowbank. So they're going to roll the dollars into the June event and potentially obviously jackpot those prizes now, as you can see. So whatever jackpot there was for round one is going to be rolled into the June event. Just putting it out there so everyone knows. And Scotty said they've learnt a lot from that, and they'll be definitely making sure that they've covered that off in future events. So that says to me that if you have a car that's almost ready for June, better get your arse in gear, because there's going to be some flow available.
Yeah, well, the money's always good, isn't it? But right now, I
Absolutely.
think all the racers are more keen, like, put the money into the sport. Like, we had a talk that night, like, we're all ready to chip in with the boys, like, for glue. Like, the glue that they have to put on the track costs a lot of money, and us as the racers, we want to kill a track. So, I think they should be putting a bit more money into helping them grow. Like, they need more drums of, glue. It's ongoing. Like, when we had APSA, I know it's ongoing. Like, you just always got your hand in the pocket. And they're doing it for us, the same as we're
Tell me,
doing
Craigs,
it. So, like,
how much is a drum of glue?
I think, well, they would have spent. Well, I know last year they tilted the hunch, like, by the time the whole year was done, like, in the sport, you know what I mean? And they're not making that money back. We all kid ourselves they're making the money. Like, it ain't a big dollar business, they'll probably go a little bit broke for a while. And I reckon they should be helping. We should be helping them. Like, I don't think the prize money go up. I think the boys should be, basically, they put on a show, more glue, more this, more that, sell more like shirts and that, and
Whatever consumables.
we're all gonna come and race. Like, they put on the best show, so it's not that we're not going to come. The prize money's great, like now, but I just reckon if it can grow, maybe one round in Melbourne, one round in Sydney, be pretty good. Like,
Tell
that's
me,
maybe
Vic,
what they've got to do.
Who's selling the VHT these days? Is it VP or what's the story?
Yeah, VP's got the one in, like, Queensland and Sydney, I think. So
Okay,
well, I know
is there
they do
anyone that we
Sydney.
all know in VP that could maybe come to the party with some VHT? Or how much is a drum of VHT? Do we know?
I think it's about $400.
400
Like
bucks
a
a
drum.
drum, and how many drums do we need? Just so I know, if we can
I
get
think
a number.
I think one of their meetings they'll probably tip maybe eight drums over the course of a test.
Look, I'll tell you personally, I'll buy a whole drum, right? So I don't have a problem doing that for any of the events, right? I'm happy in June to give them 400 bucks for a drum. It makes no difference to me, mate. I'm happy to support, right?
When he said drum is glue worth plenty.
I saw you got one, Brendan. Right? Okay, well, Theo,
You're in Vince at VP.
or if someone can ring Agazi or Vince at VP.
What are
and
they
see,
currently paying for it? Whatever.
I don't know, whatever they're paying for it, right? But
Whatever they did, we need that and more.
if it's $400, I'll put $400 in, right? I don't have a problem doing that. And I agree with you, Craigs. I'm happy to support the people that are building the race for us. And on the flip side, we've got to get the vendors and the sponsors in as well. So VP Racing is getting all this glue bought from them. Well, if they're buying 8 drums, surely we can get 2 for free from them, yeah?
Well,
There's got to be...
we'll try something with them, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
The more glue they put on the track, you know, like we hurt the car, but, you know, that picture's everywhere. Like it's even hit America, you know what I mean? So
it was like that. I sent it to Donald Long. I said, you're not the only one with flying cars.
That's right.
In the air.
Right.
So, like, push comes to shove, we put on a great show, you know, and it'd just be good if everyone, like, you know, like Dale, he actually said to us that night, he's happy to put $100 like extra to help the boys, you know, like as entry, just to help him because like it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, and don't forget that the boys are working. Justin's got his own shop. Scotty's got his own shop. These guys are promoters, part-time, doing full-time jobs and full-time promoting. It's very hard, and that's why we're supporting them as much as we can.
Well, we're supporting the promoters. They're supporting the track. The track's got to do that too. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to bring up that track dry thing, but you need to have that there. We're running events. You know, we could have potentially dried the track and an hour later raced it.
Look, it is what
that's
it is.
That's a business thing, like you know.
Yeah.
Have it there. Have it on there.
I agree
have
with
it
you.
there. Get it
And
done.
look, if anyone from Sydney Dragway is watching, you better make sure you got your track dryer fixed, mate. I don't want to hear it. Is the net done? The net's done, yeah?
Yeah, the net's
It's
done.
got 2 nets. Apparently, they've got their new tractor there, and look what Steve did today. Like on a 275, like wow,
absolutely
big heavy
killed
car.
it, right? Heavy car, and he got down the track, man. And look, that's fantastic. But
don't leave nothing for chance. That's what I'm saying.
I agree with you.
Don't leave
That's
nothing
what
for
I was
chance.
trying to say.
You know.
No, as long as we can help the sport grow, you know, I'm all for it. Like we should hit corporate businesses, and like you said, VP Fuel. Like I know they're coming out with unleaded fuels. Like us nitrous guys are sort of panicking at the moment, but like VP are actually working with us on this new fuel. So we'll be right for by June because, like, you know, the government...
We're out of lead, correct.
Yeah, there's no more lead, so...
June, it's all over, yep.
Yeah, and like my motor with the 800 Cuba, like, it makes 1,700 aspirated, so I can't run on, like, you know, even if I run aspirated, it's got to run on C16, so it's just, you know, like, and they're coming to the party to help us all, so... And I've talked to them about the glue before, so, yeah, no... we just got to support them.
And that's the message that I've been trying to get, right? So when we're all supporting the brands that start supporting the series and the radial events, that's when we're going to see corporate sponsors continually jump on board. The problem that we have, it's not a problem. Radial racing is still fairly new, yeah?
Yes, yep.
We get a few more bumps on seats, which is going to help the turnstiles for Scotty and Justin. And that'll help give them the cream that they need. Right now, they don't have that, and they're going to build on that, right? I think September's going to be huge for that. I think your missus is watching, by the way, too, Craigs. I've just seen it pop up here. But I agree with you. We need to get some more corporate involved, and that's what Vic and I are trying to do through this show, is just get the exposure out there. And once that exposure's out there, then we bring advertising on. And once the advertising's
100%.
on, bang, push it straight to Scotty and Justin, and then say, boys, these guys are now happy to work in the radial scene. So, Craigs, you've seen and done a lot in the sport, mate, and definitely, I believe, some true words of wisdom right there, mate, for people to stand up and listen.
Yeah, no, well, if we all back it, like, we've only been doing it for, like, 2 years, so think about it. Like, lights out over in America, what are they, 10 years now? So we're already turning heads. The boys did their standalone, the first one now, and... look at the crowd. Like, it was forecast to rain, and the boys had a good crowd, good turnout, badass cars. So it's only going to go forward.
The show's there. The show's there.
100%.
The show's there. You've got Dave Reed now doing all the PR for Kenda, and Dave's got a lot of videos and video content, which brings all the youth, man. And that's exactly what the sport needs. And you've got Colin Wilshire pumping it up in Jambo as well, and mate, he's got his show sorted.
100%.
He's still in the stands, that guy. And so with that, and now the Thunder Series is doing the radials as well, man. So
Yep.
look, we are on the Nike tick, as they say. We've gone past the bottom bit, and now we're going up the acceleration on the tick. And for me, it's very exciting for Vic and I, and we're going to continue to have that drive and momentum.
Yeah, well, like you boys do a lot for the sport. Like just being up there doing this, it's great. Like it's good to see everyone's working together. You know, we all got a goal, and you know, in the next couple of years, want to see younger people racing their cars, and you know, just people tipping in a bit of money, and you watch, it's going to go big. I can see
Absolutely.
this turn drag racing around.
The only thing, Craigs, is we need people like you to keep the level heads, because you've seen what happened with the demise of APSA.
Yep.
And for me, that was premature, and you saw it firsthand. And we just need people like you to make sure that we are not going down that path ever again, because you lived and breathed it, brother, and I'm sure it took a taxing toll on you. And we just want to make sure that we never, ever allow the radial scene to go down that path.
Well, it looks like now, like me and the two Johnnies back then, like we had to run everything ourselves, where Justin and that are still doing it, you know, and Scotty doing it themselves, but all of us are willing to help, you know. I've told him, Johnny's told him, like, yeah, which is great. So, and you know what? We are old. We got the experience, so hey, we're always there, and we'll help the boys as much as they can. And look what they've done already. So
and we're
it's
going to give
go
you a voice,
huge.
Craigs. We're going to give you a voice, Craigs, whenever you want it, mate. You can be on this show anytime we're on, because the people and the racers and the spectators need to hear what you say, because you lived and breathed it. And Barrelos, I know, has had a long relationship with you, Craigs, and he's got a lot of time for you, mate. And he knows that you know your shit, and you know how to make the sport grow if we contain it on the inside.
Yeah, no, and it will grow. You know what? Like we've all been mates for like 20 years. We've been doing it since, you know. But all we just got to keep moving forward. Keep like everyone, like, because, you know, even like how we joke around with Perry and all that, we're all mates. We all talk to each other like 4 or 5 times a week, you know what I mean? Like all the radial blokes. So it's good, you know. And if we can keep all the engine blokes, chassis shops, gearbox people all busy, you know, it's only going to help, because they do dip in the helpers. So, you know, like I'd like to thank everyone, like even with Simon's car, when we heard it, I had every team helping. Like I had everything pulled apart. Sumps, we break all pumps. You know what? 1 o'clock in the morning, people are still ringing, getting me parts. Like it's a badass sport, man. You know, and a lot of what can I say? The boys are doing a killer job. Yous are doing a killer job. Like the racers, like they're all family. So you know, even Matty, like
camaraderie.
Yeah, well, me and Matt, like he come in when we had APSA, and we didn't understand, you know, like Matt. But now I rate him. He's a good mate and one of the smartest blokes I know. Like that Bluebird, wow, you know what I mean? Like it's a badass car, and hey, he builds it himself, tunes it himself. You know, what can we say? Like it's good.
And that's and that's what we're all aligned, and that's what I saw on the event on the weekend. Everyone had the common goal. We're just going to run as fast as we can, help each other, get to the goal, and the show's there, brother. The show's there. We've got the big show here. I don't think people get it. The big show's here.
Exactly. Like, well, that's why we put the car back together. Third qualifier, we never, you know, we didn't even go down, but we had to take on Matt anyway, because a deal's a deal. Well, we didn't have to. Like Matt said, it, you know, we can do it next time, but, you know, Simon's a gentleman, and he just said, let's try, and we bombed the tyres. Then we come back out, like we won both our rounds, and we ran a 450 with a broken car, so it, you know, like we do it because we get pumped, because the crowd's there and it's for the sport. Like everyone's got the same goal. It's like, yeah, killer. So,
mate, just fantastic. And Matty McCarthy said thanks, mate. And Stephen Smith said Craig's the man, 100% gentleman racer. Speedy said that's the shit. Adam Duncan, big thanks to Simon as well as Habib and Wilson for doing what you did in the APSA series. and the Pro Street scene. Craigs is the man, always has been, from Jimmy Lee. Craig Lewis, vote one, Simon. Brothers, you just see what I mean? People love you, man.
They're
People
all
love you.
good guys. Yeah.
People love you because you went to hell and back, and at the end of the day, mate, you've helped.
You're relentless, man.
Get the I think that's a good word.
You're
Thank you.
relentless. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
relentless. You're like me. You don't embrace excuses. You embrace solutions and just keep going, man. That's what gets it done.
That's what we do, man. Drive to keep going forward. Like, hey, I'd love to get out of the sport. I'd have a lot more money, but it keeps dragging me back, man. Keeps dragging me back.
That's why it's called drag racing, man. Drags
That's
you back
right.
in all the time.
Drags you down the track. Drags your wallet anyway.
Does you know how to become a millionaire in drag racing?
I don't know. What do you tell you?
Do you know how to become a millionaire in drag racing?
Quit.
You got to start off. No, you got to start off as a billionaire.
Yeah, true that. I guarantee, even if I won Lotto, man, I'd still go broke.
Same.
Me too, man. Matty McCarthy said, "You're OG." Yeah, I agree with that. Craigs is the OG heads-up racer of Australia. But mate, you've always got a spot.
No, thank you very much. And just like I said, if we all help out the boys, I have heard, like, I've raced at Banaraby with the Camaro, like when we had APSA, and I get it what everyone's saying about the return road. Hey, I had house of colour paint on that thing, and I had 2 chips. That was it. And that was only because Fennick went past me, and he's the one that spat the chips up, like the rocks up,
right.
Not, you know. And I've heard the return road's killer, so you know what? We should help the boys, support the boys, and we'll be there. Like, next year, man, I'll have my car. This year, I'm going to teach Simon how to pretty well do everything on his car. So then he'll be full self-efficient, and I'll be back next year bigger and better. Like, you watch, man. I'll bring nitrous back. So,
Brother.
Making nitrous great again.
You watch, man. Hey, the candles will be lit. Don't worry about that.
Dave Reed said, "Tell you that for free, McCarthy."
We'll see Matt up there. Don't worry, man. It's on again. So it's great.
It's on like Donkey Kong.
I keep Carol in the truck with the finger on the button, tell him to start cutting lights, mate. So it'll be good.
Oh shit! Here we go. No, very good. Look, we're going to give Banaraby a huge props and obviously and start pushing it as well. So get it ready for the next round. But Craigs, thanks for coming on tonight, man.
Thanks, boys.
Absolutely, man. No worries. Thank you, man.
Bro.
Take it easy, man. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the OG racer of heads up racing in Australia, Simon Krieger. Absolute gentleman. Vic, you've known him for a long time, Craigs.
Yeah, man.
Any stories stand out?
There's heaps.
There's too many. Some we can't
heaps.
say.
He had that black Tirana at one point, and he was running like 805s, 809s, 81s, and it was all over the shop in the deep end. And he had, I think it was Kane Bowser from Fabworks, mate.
Yeah.
Pretty clued
I
up
know
guy.
Kane, he's a good
Anyone
guy.
who knows Kane knows what he's like.
Yeah.
He said, put the wing on the car, put the wing. He wouldn't do it. Anyway, finally put the wing on the car. Bang! 795 next meeting, man.
Boom!
Yeah, he actually went to 780 or something, I remember. But yeah, no, he's Craigs, man. He gets something in his head, he sticks to it, and he gets it done.
He's a gentleman, mate.
He is, mate.
Gentleman,
Good guy, mate.
loves the
Give
sport.
the shirt off his back, mate.
And if we're all smart enough, we'll keep Craigs very close to us to help grow this radial scene. Congrats again, Steve Vazuna, Tim Cross. Yeah, we just we got a photo sent. I think official 685, 215.72. It's up there somewhere there. Yeah. Can you see from the light? Yeah.
And it says on top there, used to be once a family car. Still is a family car.
It's a family car, bro. So if you've got a family car, you can come and grab it now. I don't know, can you see the light there? Yeah, that's it.
That's awesome. Proline power to the front.
That's it, man. Pro Tree Dyno Series radials, guys who can't afford to. Hold on. Is there a possibility of doing a Pro Tree DYO series on radials for the guys who can't afford to compete with the big boys? Heads up. I guess we
don't they have the what is it, Rumble and
they do.
But he's saying
No, he's saying like a
Pro
DYO
Tree,
on a Pro Tree, yeah. Look, Chris, can you send me that on a message, mate? I'll get it over to Scotty Harker and get their official response, and I'll message you back. Guys, what a show. So we've sorted it out. If you're going to jump on the show, just have a set of headphones from Apple, and we've got our headphones here, and it eliminates the speaker issue altogether, which is great. So I'm glad that people have helped, because I was just about to drop another 2K on a mixer for the sound, so it's great that I don't have to do that. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, just message me, mate, and I'll check up on that. Dave Root said Radial Rumble, Radial Renegades, Outlaw Radial 235 and 275. I don't know if the DYO yet, Dave. So the question was, can we get a DYO? Best show so far. I don't know about that, Speedy. We had some killer shows with Donald Long and in the early days.
Maybe means in terms of the comms department.
The comms, yeah, probably back to our original best, which is good.
Nick's still going on the McFlurry. Yeah, man. It's turned into bloody soup. Someone else, can you send me one? Look at it.
Adam Duncan replied, the Kenda series seems to be really good with seating cars with comparable ETs, and they have classes for all sorts of door cars. Yeah, no, it should be good.
Sorry, would it? Yeah, Rumble and Renegade, they're the other two cars.
Yeah, but I know what he's saying. He's saying like a Pro Tree, dial your own, and then bracket race, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I'll put it to the guys. Thank you. And great question. That's the sort of stuff we need for the next show,
Maybe
guys.
if they've got 30, 40 guys that want to do that, I don't know, because there's a lot of those guys that dial your own.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And look, the more races that are coming, the better. A couple of things that I know Kenda's looking at, and they've had a few comments. So yes, they're looking at the food situation, because the food situation was horrendous on the weekend.
I had all my nails and fingers.
Thank God for Peter, Kyle's missus, because she had us sorted from a food point of view. But it was anyway, the guys will work on that.
12 sandwiches like bloody Scooby-Doo style, man.
That was pretty awesome.
I can eat a bit.
Vic, wipe your mouth, you have crumbs. Come here, Steve. We'll wipe something, mate.
Yeah, crumbs. I'd rather have, what is it? Crumbs with bums, mate, than steaks with snakes.
That's getting heavy. Troy Frederick.
You know Stevie, sorry about
I know, man. He's the painter, man.
That's Steve from Panelworks, mate. He's painted some cars, that guy, mate.
I know, I'm still waiting
he's
for
painted
front
half
bars.
the Falcons in Sydney, mate.
I'm waiting for front bars, everything, man.
For your car, jeez.
Chris, thank you, sir. Thanks for joining in, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. The sound's sorted now. I'm happy to bring anyone on for the last 2 minutes. It's 10:48, guys, so nearly just over 2 hours. But if you've got a set of headphones and you want to jump on, that's the trick. And we were hovering at about 130 there, and it hasn't really dropped past 100 until just now at the end here. Thank you, Mahame. Thank you very much for tuning in. Much appreciated. Glad you enjoyed it. We enjoyed doing it, to be honest. Any rods for Stephen Nikolovsky? I'm not sure.
Yes, I passed him on the information yesterday.
And Macca's can deliver to the gate.
The rest is history.
Dave, thank you, man. No, look,
Crumbs with bums, he's laughing.
we're more looking at maybe some lamb gyros that I saw you show a photo of that we never got an opportunity to eat, mate. But maybe in June we'll get that. Any rods out there, Steve? No, you got a few rods somewhere here.
Rods.
Fucking, you've
all
got
mine are in the motor, bro. I got no windows here, brother.
Yeah, they're all in here, man.
They're in there, man.
Yeah. There's the just in case.
What are you doing?
Boom. Yeah. Look at that barrel loss.
If you're going to try twice as hard, you need twice harder than me. Anyway,
1JZ rods for Steve Nicoloxi. Yeah, put the call out if he needs them.
Just chase them up, Speedy. You're on it. Thanks, man.
Speedy Diffs, hook him up. If you need anything diff-wise, he's the man. Australian Muscle Car Sales, who's come to the party. Vic, that's big news that they're dropping some money in now.
Yeah, man. 200 mile an hour, collect a bit more ching-ching.
A little bit of ching-ching with $500.
Yep, so what's that, 2,500, the total price pool there from the boys from Kenda and the sponsors. So.
That's huge. That's
good.
Looks as though Grubby's got that sorted. Grubby, who's still on here that's got a set of headphones?
Anybody else want to come on?
Is Grubby on here, man? He's gone. Wilkinson, but he's not available. He's on his computer. I can see him.
Get Terry Sang on there, mate. He's flying that 747.
Oh, man. Terry, is he there? No, he's watching. Terry, if you're watching, mate, Vic and I just want to say congratulations to you. Thank you to Anita for putting on that amazing roast pork and beef that on Friday evening.
All
mate.
3 kilos were amazing that I had.
Barolos enjoyed it. So Anita, thank you so much for what you did over the weekend as well. Can't not thank you. And Terry saying to jump in someone else's car of that caliber, and let's be honest, you hadn't driven a car at that speed before, but to do what you did, mate, is testament to your professionalism and the way that you handle yourself, sir. So congratulations to you and your team. Craigs, thanks again. Mark, thank you. Great show, guys. From Nick, thank you very much.
Thanks, boys.
Very much appreciated, guys. And look, we've sorted out the sound issue, so I'm so happy with that. And we've got the DJ headphones are off at the moment. But anything else you wanted to cover off?
No, mate. All good, mate. All good from me.
So the Valiant's nearly ready. Zaraki's working on that.
Yeah, we've got some heads ready there.
You got the 2 VL engines ready to go for Jet 30R?
Yeah, we'll see how we go. I've had a couple other commitments on the side. I mean, I've been very busy, so I'm sure it'll all happen. Everybody knows what it's like.
Oh.
You heard Craig, mate. He's off for a bit. But
Ladies and gents, I
never
forgot. I know we have a little bit of banter every now and then, but I saw a gentleman.
I was going to mention that.
Were you?
Yes. No, you're right. Go for it, mate.
I saw a gentleman on the Saturday at the track, and I heard a few things. Ladies and gents,
Corey Barger.
not just Corey, but Scotty Cortina, right?
Yeah.
So, guys, Scott Cortina, if you don't know, had a bit of a medical emergency matter of weeks ago. He was brave enough to leave the hospital and come to the track, and I thanked Scotty for everything that he did for the last show, because he gave away a set of leaf springs, and I believe that customer actually was buying more stuff from Scotty. But I want everyone to wish Scotty all the best, please. If you can message him and just say, mate, the Radial boys said to wish you all the best, because mate, he came to the track, he had pumps, he had things coming out of his arms, man. The man was living in hospital. He's going to be okay from everything I hear, but he was in a very bad situation, guys. So please message Scott Cortina and just wish him all the best as part of the Radial family. It wasn't nice to see him like that, but please, guys, if you can, just message Cortina and just tell him that we're thinking of him. We wish him all the best. We want him to have a speedy recovery, and we wish everyone all the health in the world. Had some other people, I didn't want to mention their names personally because it's a private matter, but a couple of us racers heard that one of our fellow racers actually had stomach cancer. Very young, 34 years old, had it cut out, and looks to be on the mend, but they've got a young family, and it really touched our hearts, man. And
for about 3 years there, they didn't know what was wrong.
they didn't know. They did
pretty,
blood tests. They did everything.
Bad,
So we promised him we'd mention it. So guys, please, if you have anything wrong coming out of the into the toilet, mate, just get it checked up immediately. This guy here, all he can say is check it, because there's nothing worse than having stomach cancer. And we promised him we'd mention it, and I just wanted to mention it now because yeah, pretty confronting when you hear that from someone that's the same age as me. I'm 35, but to hear that is it definitely puts things into perspective. So guys, please don't be afraid to check things at the doctor. Stay healthy as much as you can, and please look after each other as much as you can. Barros, anything before we clock off?
No, man, thanks to all the guys watching. Thanks for putting up with us. It's always good for the guys to get behind us, and yeah. And
look, definitely we're going to keep this going. So 2 weeks, if you're on the show, again, please have your headphones, because that's been proven. God bless, and good night. Thanks for tuning in.
Nick Zarakis, you're the man.